Hey, I think y'all know what time it is. Another installment of Easily Rigged.
You
Be
already
easy that
know.
dude. Big rig slaps. We back at him. Look, we said we was gonna start at 9:30, but we starting at 9:34. Slightly late, but you know what I mean? We was here on time. We were just waiting for y'all to gather in. So yeah, I'm gonna let the people go ahead and get in. This is gonna be a very touchy subject tonight. And I mean, we're going to try to tackle it from multiple different angles. But before we do that, before we do that, we got to get into it. We got to give the proper introduction.
They holler who that is, hanging all out the window. Some thunder boys and they going off the endo. Where they from? DP's Palo Alto Menlo Park. They go dumb up in them scrapers. See them coming up the block. Bill Clinton going dumb. All out the scraper. Stunner boys here. Mission is the major. Watch your girl before I take her, cause I'm on the strip shining. We don't move like no blind. But boy, it's big time. And lead a block to my Easter, cause boy, it's big grinding. 20-inch rims, freaks on film. She eat her while she eat him. You already know who game tougher than leather. We throw parties that go dumber than ever. Young niggas wildin' out, shaking they dreads. Boy, is you biz or is you smack? Cause you all out the window with a face of a triple stack. I'm money hungry, plus I need all mine. Rigs on the beat, you gon' see our shine. Why you think they call us a dummy foe? Cause we stunt and we stunt hanging out the dope. They holler who that is, hanging all out the window. Some thunder boys and they going off the endo. Where they from? DP's Palo Alto Menlo Park. They go dumb up in them scrapers. See them coming up the block. They holler who that is, hanging all out the window. Some thunder boys and they going off the endo. Where they from? DP's Palo Alto Menlo Park. They go dumb up in them scrapers. See them coming up the block. Every time I hit the block, boom drop the stuff time. Candy on them dub things, bumping for one time. I'ma do the fool like I'm mental and ignorant. Jumping at a stop sign while I ain't giving it. Throwing up the block cause you know when I'm feeling it. We ghost ride the whip like we ain't even feeling shit. High feed, call a stunner boy. Tennis shoe every whip, now who's stunting boy? At every function, sideshow, neighborhood event. You catch me dipping in the scraper with the 16-inch flip. Reppin' PA, Menlo, Northern Cali finest. If I'm scraping past a dollar, mean the police right behind us. We don't care, we going on big perp and X pills. Stunner boys, they stunting the block on big wheels. Get big skrill, cause they ain't fucking with us. We in the building and we feeling like nigga with us. They holler who that is, hanging all out the window. Some thunder boys and they going off the endo. Where they from? DP's Palo Alto Menlo Park. They go dumb up in them scrapers. See them coming up the block. They holler who that is, hanging all out the window. Some thunder boys and they going off the endo. Where they from? DP's Palo Alto Menlo Park. They go dumb up in them scrapers. See them coming up the block. I got a few of my young niggas all out the window. Stunting up the block, niggas know what they info. We did we smacked, our rims are stacked. Plus we smoking on that perk weed, leaning back. They know we coming up the block, holding the meanest stats. When you stunt like them stunners, you get mean with rats. Candy paints on the model, we mean at that. Bumping nothing less than 15s and holding us at. And we'll teach you how to stunt. All through the bay, we ride candy and bump. When we come, the show shut down. No field goals, all touchdowns. Police come, it goes down. High speed and run them through the whole town and get away. I'm not locked like Akon, supercharged kick, running on stop sign. They holler who that is, hanging all out the window. Some thunder boys and they going off the endo. Where they from? DP's Palo Alto Menlo Park. They go dumb up in them scrapers. See them coming up.
Yeah.
We back at it. All right, cool, man. What's up, Big Rig? How you feeling tonight, bro?
Oh man, I'm feeling real good, man. It's a nice night. You know what I'm saying? The weather is right. I'm good, brother.
Okay. That's what's up, man. So tonight, y'all, it's not gonna be an extended show. It's actually gonna be a shortened show, you know what I mean? But we are gonna do this show in other installments because it's too heavy of a conversation, topic, and discussion to minimize it to only, an hour or less or something like that. But the overall topic is you need to man up. I know a lot of people hear that, but what does that actually mean? When you say you need to man up, it means different things to different people. And to a certain extent, I think it may be a valid criticism to offer, you know what I mean? To offer yourself. But when it's said and presented in such a condescending nature, or a negatory fashion, that's where I have an issue with it. So let's say, for instance, you down on your luck, man. You've been messing up, man. Your money is funny. At that point, you need to look within yourself and say, hey, I need to man up. And by manning up, meaning I need to do better. I need to do what I was designed to do as a man. I need to pursue my purpose. And my purpose is not being broke, bummy, and dusty. So in that regard, you need to be looking at the man in the mirror and saying to that person that I need to man up. Now, the condescending part of the man up is you may be going through something, stressed out, depressed, and you really don't have what's deemed as an appropriate outlet to release, right? If you try to, punch a wall, you consider toxic masculinity. If you yell, you just the angry black guy, If you cry, then it's like you're just a beta, square, softy, So it's like, what outlets do you have to fully express yourself without being ridiculed or ostracized? So when you internalize everything, it's just a ticking time bomb. And with a ticking time bomb, it's going to explode. You don't always know when, but eventually it is. So I don't like that condescending and this is just one example of it, but I don't like that condescending nature of the man up, where it's just like, you can't cry. Any mistake that you make, if you get down on your luck, then it's just like you're not masculine simply because you failed at something or you made some mistakes. But go ahead, Big Rig, go ahead and chime in on what I just espoused.
Yeah, man. Brother, like, there's times in life to where you do gotta kind of like look deep within yourself and kind of tell yourself, man, I gotta cut the crap, man. I gotta do something better, man, so I can get a better result, man. I gotta man up, and that to me is more of like like coaching yourself. You know what I'm saying? To get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? To make the next move your best move. So absolutely. But when it comes to that other version, like you were speaking, that actually can make somebody spin out of control. Like I always said, man, words are powerful, man. How you say them, how you present them, really means a lot. And watch how I say things. I'm not perfect. I say some pretty ill shit, but you know, I've told my son, plenty of times, like, man, you gotta stop complaining, man, and like man up, man. Like you gotta, your results they keep turning out the same because you want to keep doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? And they call that insane. You know what I mean? But he ain't gonna get all that. So I just tell him like, bro, you gotta do something different, man. You know what I'm saying? And instead of whining or complaining or thinking everything is wrong, like try to fix it, bro. You know what I mean? Like really think about what's going on. Look how you moving. Maybe move a different way. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that all comes with manning up, man. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it's all on how you say it.
Correct. It's all on how you say it and the intent behind it. Now, let me give a shout out to critically drinking. Now I know critically
Oh,
drinking has a team
that's
over there. I'm gonna
that's the homie.
assume that this is the homie Arshawn. Oh,
Yeah.
there it goes. Arshawn. I don't know if this is the critically drinking team. I don't know if this is Arshawn, but Arshawn is a good dude representing. He said, congratulations. I see y'all about to hit that K. You know what I mean? But hey, look, I'd say hitting the 1,000 is inevitable. I'm not even excited about the 1,000 because I'm already thinking about getting to 10,000. You know what I mean? You
Hello.
do have to celebrate the small victories, but you know what I mean? It's just like you get to the playoffs. You don't throw an extravagant party for getting to the playoffs. You do celebrate, but you don't have a parade for going to the playoffs. You have a parade for going to championships. So you know what I mean? Once we keep racking up the other thousands, then we'll have a championship. You know what I mean? So shout out to Arshawn, critically drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We definitely got to get up. I need to do some collabs. Arshawn is like a recluse. You can't never get a hold of him. You know what I mean? But like he always there. You feel me? Shout out to the boy Arshawn be critically moving. You know what I mean? Critically critically shaking. My
Hell yeah, he be
boy
shaking. You know
Arshawn
what I
got
mean?
shakes. Yeah. Shout out to the Brody though. That's a good dude. And he said, facts, 1K is just the beginning of the race. And it's a marathon, right? And RIP to Nipsey, the
Yeah.
marathon continues. Arshawn over there cracking up with the emojis. He laughing, but he laughing because it's funny, but it's true. You know what I mean? So you know what it be. But Arshawn is a really good dude though, bro. So shout out, man.
Salute to that brother.
You know what I mean? We got to do some collabs when we talking about this male empowerment stuff. You feel me? Because I know he's typically of the same ilk. But let me just go off some statistics, you know what I mean? And for the sake of, avoiding some sort of censorship, I'll use, different vernacular, and code words, but y'all will understand what I'm saying. So when it comes to self-deletion, the highest self-deletion rates are among white males at 25%, followed by Native Americans 14.6, and black males at 12.6. There's one deletion for every estimated 25 attempts. There is one self deletion in the US every 11.5 minutes. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 80% of them are male. Yeah. So it says there are 3.9 male deaths by suicide for each female death by self deletion. I said the S word, but y'all get what I'm saying. So when we're talking about manning up, sometimes, not sometimes, most times in this case, a lot of men believe that they need to tough through their depressive state because they need to man up. And you do need to man up, but you need to know when to man up. That's not a situation that calls for you to man up. And you need to rethink what manning up means, right? So when you need to man up, it doesn't mean that you need to be super macho man. Doesn't mean that you need to be super savage barbarian. Manning up, by looking at it from a different way, is being emotionally mature enough to say, look, I need help, right? Just like if you're a junkie, or just like if you're overweight and obese, you have to look in the mirror and say, look, man, I need help. So whether it's a personal trainer or whether it's a buddy that works out for you, you have to acknowledge an issue and then you need to do something about it. So when it comes to someone that's having these self-deleting thoughts, what could they really do about it? They can't really cry. This is just their belief. They could cry, but they don't want to be seen as soft, you know. Who could they really reach out to? And I know some people say, man, they should have called me, but a lot of people be capping on that. When people are really depressed and you know maybe you on your high horse and you feeling happy in a good mood, do you really want to, you know, they say it all the time, you know, no one wants to be around a Debbie Downer. Have you heard that? You know, or negative Nancy's, you know what I mean? But then when someone self deletes, it's like, oh, why didn't they tell me? It's like they kind of was crying out for you. If you were able to read body language, if you cared enough, why didn't you just offer and say, hey, is there anything that you want to talk to me about? Or if you feel comfortable, I'm here. Now, it doesn't mean that they wouldn't have went through the act, but what did you do to prevent that? You hear people mourning, and when people have passed away, and say, "Oh, I wish this, I wish that." What stopped you from reaching out to that person? So now, the manning up has to be on two sides. I need to be able to identify when my homies is going through something and say, look, I need to man up and say, hey, look, bro, I see that you're going through a rough patch, maybe with your divorce or your relationship, or you just lost your job. Whatever I could do to help you, just let me know I'm here. That would be manning up. You know what I mean? And on the flip side, manning up would be like, look, bro, I'm down and out. I'm having this self-deleting thoughts. What do you think I should do? Is there anything that you can do to help me? Manning up is being able to put your pride aside and ask for help. Manning up is also putting your pride aside and offering help. What you think about that, Big Rig? And hold on, before you go into that, I gotta bring up a very esteemed guest. He goes by the name of M3. I call him the mayor. You know why? Because he's hard working. You know what I mean? He's you know, he got enough mouthpiece and acumen like a politician. You know what I mean? He's in there interacting and completing business deals, but also banging out quality content. So shout out the guy M3. Are you there, buddy?
Oh yes,
There you
most
go. He just
definitely.
slide through on
M3.
cam looking fly and fresh. Okay. There you go.
I got to, man. You know.
I see him would come in with the air horns, with the gold. What is that? The gold headphones? I can't tell. Is that
Oh yeah,
gold? Is
the Dre beats. Yeah.
okay? Okay, we see you, baller. We see you.
He threw out the name though.
That's what I'm saying. He name dropped. Okay, my bad, brother. My bad. Get it right. Okay, I see you shimmering and shining. All right, Big Rig. I'm gonna go to you, but after what I just said, what do you think about that, bro? Is there anything that you can add on, or if you'd like, I can pose a particular question for you?
Um. Well, one. Okay. As far as like to the whole theme of a man manning up. Okay. You hear a lot of society that preaches to men that you got to man up. You know the song "Big Boys Don't Cry," and you even have the moms telling the young boys to man up. The women that's in relationships with men, manning up. But where at some point could we actually, as men, have the full understanding of what it means to actually man up without suppressing our hearts, without suppressing our vocabulary, you know? So the issue is that whenever someone is telling you to man up, as a young man, like you know the intent behind it. And when you know the intent behind someone telling you to man up, they're not telling you to man up because they're trying to help you. They're just telling you to man up because they're trying to dismiss you, because you're making them feel uncomfortable, because society already trains us, okay, of how men supposed to act, supposedly, right? Without opposing and actually being opinionated. And so when you have society as a whole that is giving men misdirection and misguidance, and especially when you live in a somewhat European matriarchy, you know, then you're actually getting confused with the point of manning up and owning certain type of responsibilities.
All right, cool. You there, Big Rig?
So intellectual soapbox.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, cool. Did you have anything that you wanted to add on to that?
Nah, man, y'all kind of hitting the shit, bro. Like I'm gonna just sound like an echo chamber.
All right, cool. Well, let me just do this. Let me just bring this up then. And I'm gonna have M3 kick this off. I'm gonna bring up a visual and then just tell me what this visual means to you.
Hmm. Okay. Typical band-aid, pretty much. You know, like the term, like, well, let me put it like this. Let me get a little bit more personal. How we all understand how women feel whenever a man is trying to provide a solution. What they usually do to shame us by saying, "You're doing wrong by trying to fix my problems." But here's the thing: isn't trying to solve a problem kind of the same equivalent to fixing anyway? I could be wrong. But in this picture, as you can kind of see, where men are being depressed, and I know, like, in this metaphoric type of way, like water leaking out because there's a crack, instead of ordering or spending the time and investment to pretty much order a new water bottle, or water jug, you're like, okay, put a band-aid on it, well, put some tape on it, problem solved. And that's what we go through on a daily. Anytime and when we getting, like, um, to a point where society is looking at us as being emotional, stick the tape in our mouths, problem solved.
All right, cool. Let's get to hold on. Arshawn says, yeah, we definitely got to do something for the men. I see it. I need it. You know what I mean? We all need it. So we're not only making content for others, for the benefit and for the use of others, but it's for the benefit of ourselves as well. This is also a form of therapy. It's not the only form of therapy that you should seek out and that you should engage in, but the ones that are readily available to you and the ones that are free or cost effective, you should definitely take advantage of. You have no excuse not to. When you're around you by yourself, no matter how smart you are, you may be, a brilliant mind. You don't become a mastermind until you're around other ones that are equally smart or even lesser, but at least formidable intellectually. Then that's how you become the mastermind. You know what I mean? By having your views challenged, or even if people agree with you, they may give it a different perspective, a different vantage point, and add to your intellectual arsenal. You know what I mean? So, uh, K Marion showing love, Mr. and Mr. M3, the intellectual soapbox is in the building, says salute the family, the dynasty continues. K. Marion, it has been a European matriarchal regime for 70 years. Rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth II. Her son, King Charles, may make men see the world through a patriarchal leadership role he has now inherited. Only time will tell. So good evening, the chat, the panel. So she just making her rounds. Shout out to the mods, the chat, everyone that's watching this live, everyone that's gonna watch this on the replay. Go ahead and give us a like, a share, and subscribe. We on the road to a rack. We on the road to one band. That's 1,000 subs. That's what we trying to do. But look, once we get there, it's only the start of the race. The marathon shall continue. Ain't that right, M3?
Hey, no, I was muted the whole time, but I'll say that's right.
Yeah, you was muted. I was like, I seen you talk. I was like, where you at with my ad libs, M3? Like, don't leave me hanging like that, brother.
Man, the Atlas man was dropping down low, man. But yeah, man, this is look 1,000. Well, once we reach the 1,000 subscribers, the reality is going to hit. Because you know why? It's only the beginning. That means we got to work harder. That means we got to put out the best that we can. Because by the end of the day, look, man, even though we're having fun, but everyone in this team need to get their reparations. So I'll probably say about 100,000 subscribers, man, will help definitely pay for everyone's meal. So yeah,
Exactly, and that's ultimately what we trying to do, right? We
mm-hmm.
like I didn't know if you heard my analogy earlier. We, the 1,000, that's just getting us,
Mm-hmm.
to the league, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
once we in the league, then we got to make the playoffs. And then once we make the playoffs,
Exactly.
we trying to win the championship. You know what I mean? But you celebrate each step of the way, but ultimately um you know what I mean, you don't have the grandiose party just for making it to the league. You know what I mean, you make it to the league, you celebrate because the job is never finished. There's always work to do. Just like the Warriors, right? They won a championship, they celebrated, they had their parade, but they didn't spend all summer turning up, right? Because they know that they
Exactly.
gotta defend the title now. You know what I mean, the job is never finished. So y'all is helping us complete the job, and it's greatly appreciated. Just taking the time out to interact and engage. And even if it's not every video, even if you don't have time to watch it live, to come back and still represent and show love and support. And definitely after the stream, if you support, feel free to give us a like, a comment. You can drop an emoji, uh, you know, give a thumbs up, a thumbs down, just let us know how we are doing. We are definitely accepting and appreciative of constructive criticism, not the troll type stuff. You know what I mean? I don't really respond well to that troll stuff. If you disagree, make a valid argument as to why you disagree and what points you disagree on. But if you just hear the troll and kind of derail the discussions, we ain't on that type of time. We don't have time for that. And this is where you would need to man up, or adult up, you know what I mean, since we're in a politically correct thing. Is it even let me ask you this, M3,
Mm-hmm.
because people would say, have you ever heard the term, in layman's term?
Yeah, I heard about that term before.
So in this era, they say, hey, that's offensive. So you're supposed to say lay person, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the correct term to say. But you notice how no one ever says person up, right? You need to
You need
person
a
up.
person.
You need to adult up. Is all they people are content with maintaining man up, right?
Right, in that
Everyone is content
association.
with maintaining man up, but no one wants to say you need to person up, because person up would mean that both genders would be held to the same standard. And as much as people clamor for that, do they really want that to be held to the same standards as men? But
Well, of course not. Yeah.
why not, right? Equal pay for equal work, equal blame, equal responsibility. Wouldn't it only be fair and just?
Exactly. See, the thing is, like, they only time when they want equality is when it benefits for them as far as monetary gains, you know, job like type of gains. But when it comes to, you know, like equality where it doesn't benefit, it's like this. And I know people like use this like in a way to try to be what's that like can't think that word right now, but they whenever someone would try to use the analogy of like, well, okay, like if that's the case, then I should have a turn whenever like some a robber's coming to our house. I should have a turn to protect you. You should have a turn to protect me. And then of course they're gonna look at you like, what? Like how dare you to even have that thought? Like you're not even protecting me. You know what I mean? Facetious. Yeah, facetious. That's the word. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, in that part, like they only want something that benefits for them.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. And and that's why I was saying that's the condescending nature of the man up, because there's a negative aspect of it, but then there's also a positive and empowering aspect. Like, uh, I know, like, you be working out, right, M3. So I would say, like, if you was in the gym and you was looking like a weakling, you can barely do a push up and barely lifts, minimal weight off the bar. That's where you would need to look in the mirror and say, hey, I need to man up, right? Wouldn't you do that and say, look, I need to man up. I need to get my weight up. I need to work harder. That's the positive reinforcement of, recognizing manning up and what your purpose is. But the condescending part is, like we were saying, um, let's say you're an adult and you're paying all the bills and they say, hey, that's what you're supposed to do. You're a man, you need to man up. But isn't that what people need to do? Right? That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
hell
Right?
yeah. Good example.
I'm just saying, like, that's what people do, right? They
Yeah,
can, others want credit for something that's you shouldn't even be getting credit for. It's like
yeah, hell
Big Rig
yeah.
trying to take credit for, like, man, and it's like, and I take my kid to school every day.
Hey, you feel me with that aggression and everything? Like you gonna get an award or something, bruh. Get up out of here with that.
Bro, and that's literally what happens all the time. And I got my own car, and it's like, so do I. But I don't get any
Right,
credit for it because I'm a man and I'm supposed to man up. So I don't get. So first you telling me to man up, and then I man up, and I don't get credit because it's like, oh yeah, you're a man. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, cool. If I shouldn't get no credit, why should I give you any credit for being a boss babe, right? You're just you just personed up, right? What is the
period.
difference? I'm being facetious with some of these questions, but it's like, come on now, what are we talking about? And I also say that we do need to redefine what it is, because think about this, bro. And y'all can let me know if y'all disagree with me. You know what I mean? M3 clip Big Rig laughing at the 32-minute mark. Hey, that short probably got that one
Mhm.
gonna get a rack. That
Oh
one
yeah,
gonna get
definitely.
1,000 views.
Hey, that's where it all
But you know
starts,
what?
though.
Yeah, what was you saying, M3?
I said that's where it all starts, man. With big rigs laughing, man.
Shout out to Big Rig Slaps. Hold on, before I go, let me get to the chat. Please get the likes up for B-Eazy Dat Dude. If you find yourself having to leave early, catch the replays and share your views in the replays comments as well. Let's help the algorithm. This was perfectly astutely written. Big Rig dropped out. He is on the road. Big Rig, the link is still in the chat. So if you need to come back on up, go ahead. And so is man up just blank with language to say motivate yourself? It could be. Like I said, it all depends on the context and the intent. Just like, the N word can be used to demean and disparage, but it can also be used in a ghetto-fied, endearing type of fashion. Same word, different context and intent with its usage. So it could be saying motivate yourself, and the other person that's saying it to you could be trying to motivate you as well, but it's also how you motivate someone, right? So let's say there was a burning building and M3 is a fireman, and I'm saying, won't you go in the building and just man up and go save that kid, right?
Right.
Yes, I may be a fire person that's going to, do my job. But man, you know what I mean? Like, you gonna feel some type of way, someone telling you like, well, won't you get in there and just go put out the fire and save them? You know what I mean? So yeah, you're motivate. Are you really motivating the person to go in there, or are you kind of antagonizing? So there's maybe a fine line between motivation and antagonizing. So it's a simple question, but it requires unpacking. But what you think about that one? You there, Big Three? I mean, you there, Big Rick?
Big Three.
Big Three. You gotta clip that. I was trying to get both of y'all to talk, but yeah, I mean, this is the Big Three up there, so maybe that wasn't a Freudian slip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe that was a little game right there. You feel me?
I see you with the stunners on.
Oh, I'm driving, brother, so I gotta put my glasses on. You feel me?
Okay.
All right,
That's why I was like, is that Ray Charles or Big Rig?
I will hope that's not Ray Charles driving.
Ray Rig slaps.
Right.
Hey, but yeah, so just to Arshawn's question, do you think man up is just a kind of generic way to say motivate yourself?
Yes.
Oh, we got a sister in the building.
What you think, M3?
Oh man, I feel like it is like one of those like kind of like cop outs, but I think I said earlier before, it's one of those phrases where it's only like used to really fix, or in this case, because you showed the analogy, put the duct tape around the situation. So anytime when you're expressing any type of emotion, hey, man up, put the tape around it, shut up and keep going. Forget about all your problems, just continue to move on.
All right, cool. And it looks like we have been joined by yet another esteemed guest. This is
Yeah,
can we give the air horn? Because this is what I would like to call a pleasant surprise when we got QueBee, the founder of Qversations herself, has stopped by to Eazily rig. Now, QueBee, are you there?
I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It sounds a little bit low.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Hey, QueBee, when you pull up, you got to turn up.
Look, y'all,
you first before you turn up the volume, sis. Because before you turn that volume up, because we cannot hear you, and we definitely want your words to be
right,
well received.
I tell you what, moderator, send me the link to my phone because my tablet is kind of trash. So
wait, hold on, QueBee. I got you. Go ahead and start talking.
Okay, well maybe because I took the cover off my tablet. Maybe that helps.
Yeah,
no, I turned the volume for you though.
Oh. Okay,
Give me a
y'all.
little echo.
Oh, he wanted the credit. Okay, Dr. Dre.
Damn,
Okay,
he got this.
I gotta give
He
credit
been
what credit is
flexing.
due.
Okay, first he got
that's
the
right,
beats by Dre. Now he trying to whip out the engineering. Okay,
man. You see
M3,
him?
Mr.
He's
Pro
like, no,
Tools,
I did that. I did that.
Hey, got,
engineering and relationships.
hey, gotta give credit what credit is due, right?
Oh
I
goodness.
feel you, brother.
Yeah,
Hey, no, I respect you, Doctor M3.
yeah. QB, if you have some headphones, I suggest for you to put on because you have an echo.
Unfortunately, I don't. That's why I was gonna switch to my phone
Okay, then.
versus my tablet. So whoever can y'all please send me a link to text message
M3
or
will send you the link.
Yeah,
okay.
I got you.
All right, I'll be right back, y'all.
All right, don't go too far.
We'll be waiting.
Mm-hmm. While we wait for QB, right?
Uh-oh.
While we
All
waiting
right.
for QB, I'm gonna go ahead and hit y'all with.
Yeah.
Welcome back, QB.
All right, so is this better?
Man, it sounds like you in the studio, you
Better.
know? Like you are around the aquarium, you know, like when you're like in a museum and like you kind of like see like the aquarium around you, and it's like you got that like that cool type of sound, like that verbal vibration. That's what it sounds like right now.
Okay, well,
Hey,
whatever
Chris.
that means.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not gonna be before y'all long. I promise. It's midnight over here, and yeah, your girl is a little sleepy. But I just wanted to address real quick, and this is coming from a lady's perspective, and
Mm-hmm.
also a woman with a son who's 25. I am not a fan of the term "man up." I really am not, because over the course of history, and not to be that person who takes it all the way back to slavery times, but it's like over the course of history, men have been taught to man up, and in reference to you are the, I don't want to say superior gender, but in essence, for lack of better phrasing, yes, you are the head, you're the lead, you're the you are the provider, you're the whatever, all those words that people want to throw around. So you are expected to not allow yourself to be affected by anything that happens to you. However, the same things women go through, y'all go through. Y'all get treated like crap on your job. You all have road rage. You all lose a baby when your wife does. You all lose a job. Every single thing that happens to a woman happens to a man in some shape, form, or fashion. And I feel like man up came from a place of somebody who was hurt and didn't receive any love, attention, affection, or adequate love, attention, and affection to help them deal with their emotions. Now, on my show earlier, we talked about temper tantrums as adults and, emotional immaturity, and I'm not going to get all into that, but to me, it kind of stems from that place of stop crying. You're just a knee scrape. And I witnessed this with my son, one of my son's uncles. He was probably about 3 or 4. He fell on some concrete. And okay, your initial response is to cry. Stop crying. You're a big boy. Suck it up. I'm like, he's 3 or 4. He's a toddler. What do you expect? His body feels pain. So, anywho, I don't really like I don't like the phrase "man up." Now, if you want to find a way to motivate yourself, um, there are other ways. And if someone wants to motivate you, I just feel like "man up" should be removed from the vocabulary. But "you got this" is a better phrase altogether. And I know there's a different way of saying it, but "you got this" is more motivational and more inspirational than "man up." And then, even though you mentioned "person up," yeah, I get it, but like, I don't know. There are just different ways of handling things. Again, I'm a woman, so yes, I handle things a lot different than some men. My life experiences have been different, and I'm just not going to apologize anymore. I am a big softie. I am a person like, let's find a way to cycle these emotions and use that to your strength. It's okay to have emotions, but you can't stay in this pity party for too long. Sit here for 5 minutes, get your tears out, wipe your face, come on, let's go. But I'm not gonna tell anybody to man up. But that's my 2.5 cents, y'all. So tear it apart, man.
All right, so hold
All
on
right.
before you go, because I do agree with you, and the reason why I was saying the person up, not to say that that's a term that I'm going to adopt and suggesting that others adopt, but if we're keeping the same, energy and everything is moving towards, even more egalitarian and non-binary, then that would just be the most rational and logical thing. But I do agree with what you're saying in terms of the different standards of how men are held. That's why I was saying earlier, I don't know if you heard, when the man is paying for his own car or paying his rent and paying his bills, that's just what he's supposed to do because he's a man. But then when a woman does it, it's supposed to be glorified. Like, look at her. She has her own, her own car, the song IND, you know what I mean? The independent, you know what I mean? Strong and independent. So it's like, okay, but then if the man is going around and saying, I'm a strong, independent black man, it's just not going to be received the same. So if we know that's not going to be received the same, why are we even pretending to glorify the independence of the opposite gender? I just think that type of stuff is goofy and only further leads to the division. What you think about that, QB?
I absolutely agree that while I may be independent in the space that I'm in now, do I want or need a man to do certain things for me? Yes. But I look at it like this: because I desire to have a mate, a partner. Okay, I want to learn how to change oil. I want to learn how to change a tire because what if my husband is not there always? What if he dies before I do? What if I try to go to a shop and they try to manipulate me to get more money out of me? So there's some things that I want to learn how to do. I would never just say, oh, I'm completely independent. I do what I have to do because I have to do it. And that's the case for a lot of women. Again, looking over the course of history, women have been put in situations, whether self-inflicted or life happened. Women have been put in places where they have just had to do it all. Do I agree with celebrating it like that as if men don't matter? No. Am I also one of those women that I just bow completely down to a man? No. I respect a man and I respect his position. I respect what he brings to the table. And I really hate that phrase. I respect what he brings to the relationship. So I'm never going to, Quabila, I am never going to treat him as if he is not, in essence, higher than me in some regards. Am I going to allow myself to be a doormat and pushover? Hell no. However, if my man is showing me he has the capacity to lead our family in the right direction and not down to the pits of hell, then yes, I'm going to honor him, respect him, and follow him. Are we going to argue? Probably so, because I'm stubborn like that sometimes. But I don't agree with celebrating this whole independent. I think it's a kind of a cop out. Maybe if that's the right phrase. It's I understand there are women who feel like they just have to be the mom and dad and everybody in between. But I have my own thoughts, and I'm sure there's some women who don't agree with me, and that's simply okay. Because I'm at the stage in my life. I'm 45, and I really don't give a damn anymore. Who don't agree with
Yeah,
me?
nor should you. And this is another thing too. Look, if you don't agree with me or QB, that's fine. You know what I mean? But some people will go out of their way to say, and F her, and I don't agree because it's like, look, if you don't agree, just continue to live your life the way that you do agree with the values that mean something to you. If QB or M3 values are irrelevant to you, why would you get so riled up and nasty and sending threats and trying to dox people? You know what I mean? I'm just generalizing, but like people be goofy with these disagreement stuff. I'm not here to persuade anybody to have my beliefs. I'm here to have a discussion, not a debate. If you want to debate, then you do debate in a controlled setting, timed responses, etc. Just look up a debate, look up presidential debate, watch the movie The Great Debaters. This is not a debate, this is a discussion. So since we're not debating, don't try to persuade me of what you believe. We can just agree to disagree, and we can have a discussion that's trying to further the conversation and try to have solutions. That's what we about. We solution oriented over here. We don't dealing with the trauma and frivolous pettiness, because I got other stuff to be doing. I got money to make, and I'm not making no money off being Petty Kruger. So that was the disclaimer
That
for
man said Petty
anybody that
Kruger.
feels like they want to come up and troll or be in the chat. Doesn't look like we got any of those, but just in case y'all watch it back on the replay, uh, don't second guess. But I definitely want to get your opinion on this, because I did agree with what you said, essentially how you didn't like the term man up, but you said a replacement term. I can't remember what it was said, but
Basically, you got this, or let's
okay, you
keep
say you got this.
pushing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me
Mm-hmm.
leave it right there. Okay. So you got this is typically universally recognized as a motivational phrase. You got this,
Right.
a cliche motivational phrase. Man up has not been traditionally represented as a cliche motivational phrase. Could it be? Yes. It's
Yes.
just like woke. Woke was never a negative thing, but now people have attached negative connotations to it. So now the
Mm-hmm.
lines are so distorted. What does woke even mean? So
Right.
that's how it is with man up. Yes, it could have a motivational factor to it, but it's been associated with so much negative connotation that what does it even mean? It
Right.
typically means something that's said in a condescending way. Man, you need to man up. Because you're a man, you need to do this. You know what I mean? So that is the difference between you got this. Typically, when the man up is said, it's said with a condescending intent. Not
Mm.
all, but from my observation, usually when people use that, they don't always use it in a very motivational, inspirational type tone. What do you think about that?
And that I can agree with, absolutely. And now, if you gentlemen want to be the change makers, then I support you, to help change the narrative. There are a lot of things within the world, and I hate to just keep sounding like saying the black community, but that's my life experience. And I can't speak for the white or other ethnicities, but we do hear that phrase a lot in the black community. Again, it goes back to different points in time in history. I've been doing a lot of reading lately. The Willie Lynch letters are real. His mindset on how to break and treat and mold a slave are real. And so when you snatch a man away from a woman, you treat him a certain way. She learns to live life a certain way. And so yeah, this whole man up thing was never meant to be positive. And but if y'all men, and I'm not saying this in a negative, in a in a combative way, I'm just saying it takes somebody to stand up and say, look, we need to change the narrative here. You know. So look, if y'all want to do that, I will support you. I don't march in the street because I just don't, but I'll be on a keyboard and I'll share a bunch of posts and whatever y'all need. But yeah.
Yo, can we vote like QB for secretary or something?
Yeah, you gonna gotta have an executive position, representative. Because look, I'm all for the male empowerment, but I'm not one of these, incel red pill, blue pill goofballs that try to just like down and disparage women. It's like y'all want women for your sexual access and proclivities, but then at the same time you want to like down them. It's like, come on, bro. At some point, you gotta find look, if you want to treat the ratchets like ratchets, go ahead, but you can't be treating the quality woman the same as the ratchets. Otherwise, what is the difference? You know what I mean? And there has to be a difference. Clearly, you want there to be a difference. So there needs to be a difference in treatment, approach, and behavior as well. You know what I mean? You're not going to treat a thought the same way that you treat Michelle Obama, right? We understand that, bro. So when you're talking about them, you can't talk about them the same either. If you want to say, oh, this chick is out there twerking in the streets, and if she's actually twerking in the streets, whatever, you're just reporting the facts. But you can't keep that same sentiment towards the women that are not doing that, the women that are actually standing up for male and trying to progress this, because ultimately, just as much as we need women, they need us too. And I know some cats is like, okay, we don't need women. All right, what are you gonna be doing? Circle jerking all the time, watching Bang Bros? Like, come on, bro. Let's get realistic, bro. You know what I mean? So shout out to QB and the women who stand down and is about, because it's not really so much about like being a pick me or trying to cape for men. You're really caping for society, right? You need men to further progress society just as well as you need women. Like most people that self-delete are men, you know what I mean? And a lot of their problems are stemming from society and the issues that they have with women and not being able to interact with women. So we definitely need each other, you know what I mean, to just make this planet better, you know what I mean? So it looks like we're joined by some esteemed guests, the heavy hitters is coming out tonight. We got Mr. Not So Easily Rigged in the building and John Sin Different. So I'm gonna come straight to you next, John, but what's up with the guy though, Mr. Not So Easily Rigged? Mr. Not, what it do?
What's up, Easy? What's up, Big
How you
Ray?
doing,
What's up, everybody?
bro?
What's up? What's
Yes, sir.
up?
How long have you been tuned into the show?
I've been in and out like the last 20 minutes or so. I got sent the link. I almost forgot to show you guys support. I want to, apologize for that.
Oh, it's
The
okay.
last
It's like
20
damn,
minutes,
damn.
bro.
That's
Yeah.
Come
like
on,
you
man.
on Negro time, like Mr. Not or Mr. Negro.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Nah, I'm just joking with you, man. Just doing a stereotypical racial trope. But shout out to Mr. Glucose. We gonna come to you. But Mr. Not, I'm gonna just ask you straight up. When you hear the term man up, what does that mean to you? Or do you believe it has a motivating connotation or a negative connotation?
I think under the right circumstance, and obviously in the true fashion, when it's delivered appropriately, when it actually needed to be delivered, I do think there's a good context to it. I don't think a lot of times
Oh,
nowadays.
hold on. I gotta stop you right here because shout out to you for your service. You are a military man. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, veteran. Yeah, thank you.
Definitely a military veteran. Have you ever heard that term in the military? I would love to hear that. Have you heard the term in the military by anyone? If whether it was said to you
or around me.
personally or exactly?
Yeah, I've heard it several times. It's basically the concept of like you got to man up and push forward. Um, you can't be too soft because nowadays, I do believe that society overall as a whole it has become softer. Um, but given with my explanation, I do understand that hey, in the right circumstance, the right context, you have to make sure that these kind of words are understood to the right people. You have to get to know the person that you're telling it to as well, right? Because not everyone's gonna come from a certain background. Not everyone's gonna understand how you're giving it to them, and you got to learn how to vet people. You got to learn how to feel people out. Not everyone's gonna be a jokester. Not everyone's gonna take things so seriously. Not everybody's gonna be on that same spectrum, that same level. So before you deliver a certain message, make sure you understand the person where they come from, and they can understand you. And that's why I said the whole, hey, you got to man up, you got to be tough, you can't give up, you got to keep going. That's for the most part, that's how I received it. For the most part, I never took offense to it. I do think that nowadays people sometimes misconstrued words and then they want to flip it to their definition, but there is the definition, and how you want to look at it is subjective, right? Um, so with that being said, I just, like, yeah, I have heard it. I've heard it before the military. I've heard it after, during, and yeah, but that's basically it so far. That's all I can give you.
Thank you for that answer, bro. I appreciate that.
I'm
Mr.
welcome.
Seeing Different, you there, bro?
Yeah.
Have you been tuned into the show? How much have you heard of it?
I only heard from since I just came. I beforehand, but I was so I just jumped in the link and catching up based off what I just heard.
Okay, it sound like you a little low, Brody. So
You hear? You know what? It's probably because I had my phone low. How I sound now?
talk again.
I'm still low.
It sounded.
No,
a
you're
little
good.
bit better. Yeah, you
You
good.
sound cool.
All right,
Okay.
cool. So the question is essentially, the topic is about manning up, you know what I mean? And I know that you are you have sons, bro. So, and you're a man. So when you hear the term man up, essentially just expound on what it means to you. Is it a motivational term? Is it something that's usually used in a negative connotation? How do you receive the phrase man up, and what does it mean to you?
The phrase "manning up" just means stepping up as a male and taking care of your responsibility. Of course, anything taken out of certain context, perceived different types of ways. I don't take it as negative, but that doesn't mean that it can't be used as negative. It just depends, the type of context that it's put in. Like, for example, if I'm basically trying to get you to do something that you don't want to do, and I try to use the psychology of, oh, you just need to man up and do it. I mean, whether you want to do something or not is your decision. Being a man has nothing to do with what you want to do. But like I say, overall, I don't look at it as a negative term. It's just more. It's more. It could be motivative. I've heard that term in my life before. You know what I mean? From like my mom, or just different and other men too. Like, you know what I mean? And I've used it. I use it. You know what I mean? So I never use it as a way to put somebody down. It's just more. It's more so like a step up and man up to your responsibilities.
All right, cool. And before I go on to Mr. Glucose, I just want to ask you this. Having sons, do you envision at some point that you'll have to tell your sons to man up? Because, they little boys,
Tell
And
them at 3 years
what was
old.
that?
Tell them at 3 years old, man up. Hey, man up. Hey,
You,
Oh,
you
damn.
way
Shout out to you, bro.
3 years old.
I know.
Man up. When I bust down, do my push-ups, I got my little 2 and 3-year-old. They doing them with me, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? They still trying to get their formation right, but they gonna get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta man up.
Uh,
So do you tell
like,
them stop all that crying?
of course, like listen. As a human being, it's okay to cry. I mean, if you get hurt, you cry, right? But don't whine. Like my son, sometimes he'll just whine, like it won't even be tears coming out, bro. He just like, hey, bro, we don't do that, man. If you hurt, you know what I mean, tears can come out, but don't just sit there and cry. If you're in pain, cry, but don't just because crying essentially is not gonna get you nowhere in life, bro. Nobody's gonna just because you're crying about something. And even if they do, that's just a bad habit to get into of getting your way That's crying. true.
Mm.
Like,
I respect that.
you know what I mean? So, I want them to know it's okay to show emotion. I'm not trying to just make you a brick wall, stone cold. No, you know what I mean? Be express yourself. But, know that you have to, as a male, you have to have control over your emotions. That's just period. You have to.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that answer. Mr. Glucose, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man. What's going on?
What's good, Brody? How much of the show you been listening to?
Came in like 10 minutes ago, on and off.
Okay, on and off. Cool. So
10 minutes,
heard
man. What are we doing, Marcus and Mr. Glucose? What are we doing?
I knew he was gonna do it directed at me.
Yeah, man. What's going on?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm with you, Big Rig. I'm kind of hot at them too. John coming in late, you feel me? Mr. Glucose strolling in whenever. Mr. Not, it's good.
Hey, I
This is
was
what
late.
support. This how y'all support.
Hey, B, I was late.
My bad. Next time I'll be like my old school days when I used to go to school. I'd be like, all right, I'll show up 10 minutes early.
Hey, look, if you ain't early, if you ain't 5 minutes early, you're late.
You're late.
Nah, it's all good, man. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with us, so we appreciate that. But Mr. Glucose, I'm gonna just ask you straight up, manning up, man. I'm sure you've heard that term. What does it mean to you, and how do you receive it? Do you receive it as motivation and fuel for you to like progress forward and succeed, or is it just like a kind of negative, discriminatory term?
Like, man, when you hear the term manning up, it depends who it comes from. If it comes from men, like, especially somebody who is trying to guide you as somebody younger, somebody who's trying to teach you something, somebody who's older than you has the wisdom, because everybody could relate as a man. When we're especially teenagers, we think we know everything in the world that's going on. And when even if you're talking to a girl and the old dude is like, yo, she's not the type of girl you like or whatever, and then you're like, nah, I got it, I know her. Or you're working on a job, you think you know how to do whatever is going on the job, depending on the kind of job. So you're going to be stubborn, because as you're growing up, you got testosterone flowing all over anybody as you're growing up, especially at that peak right there at 12 years old, 13, when you start rebelling. You don't want to listen to your mom anymore or your dad, and you think you know everything. And you hear that term, man up. You hear that term all the time. So when it comes from women, it could come off as emasculation, especially if they abuse it. Because sometimes they say it for the little things. It's just like when people say nigga or the N-word all the time, like nigga, they just say it for no reason. And then if the other race use the term, they're like, whoa, that word has a meaning. So when it comes to like man up, if it comes from a guy, I just see it as motivation. Like if you're in the military, if you're talking to your older brother or cousin or your dad, and somebody say, yo, you gotta man up, you can't be crying, because when you get older, you gotta raise kids, you gotta be the leader for your kids, you gotta teach your kid how to be a man. Only a man could show a man how to be a man. A woman could tell you how to be a man, but not to the full extent. She only could tell you how to be a man based on what she's seen other men did. But as a man, yeah, it's a motivational word, man.
Thanks, bro. You touched on quite a bit in that answer, Mr. Glucose. So I'm gonna have to I formulated a few questions just based off your response, but I gotta get to the chat because we kind of behind on the chat, but it looks like they showing some love. Shout out to K Marion. She says, "Good evening, John. Saying different. Glad to hear you on the panel." Nah, fuck that nigga. He came late. But anyways, welcome back. Welcome back, Queen Forever.
He's holding us
2K.
accountable.
And nah, John is the bro, but Mr. Intellectual has a little bit what I call push forward. You know what I mean? He says, I think kids should be kids. That's just my perspective. Don't shoot at me, John. Much love. So what's your response, Do you got
My
a
response?
response, John?
Wait. He said that he thinks kids should be kids. That's pertaining
That's
to.
just my perspective. I think he was pertaining to when because I asked you like do you tell when I say, hey, do you tell him to stop all that crying? I'm assuming that's probably what he was talking about.
Oh yeah. I agree with him. Kids should be kids too, and I'm gonna be a parent and raise them. I'm not just gonna allow them to. You see what I'm saying? Like they got their role, I got my role. What I'm supposed to do? Like not be a parent? I don't know how to not do that. I don't know how to not be a father. Like all I know how to do is to prepare them for if the day comes.
You don't gotta tell them to man up though. Part of you being a parent is not telling them to man up.
Part of me being a male and raising another male, and it just depends on how you looking at it. See, if you taking it in the wrong, I'm not saying it in a negative form. You know what I mean? When I'm and man up, it's like, say for example, right? Kids have the energy, but they want to have the energy. If I tell him I got a bag full of toys outside, he gonna jump up and he gonna be ready to go get it. When I tell him clean up all this, this mess down wherever, it's I'm tired, this. No, man up and clean up your mess that you made. You know what I mean? It's not. It's just you take it out of context and you know what I mean. Look at it. I'm not saying like don't let kids be kids. I'm saying as a male, it's my job to raise him to be a adult male one day, and there's no way around manning up. Just as a man, you have to do it. It's what you have to do. Now, if you want to take it and try to turn it into something negative, you can do that. But I mean, no malice with the term whatsoever. If you told me to man up, like John, you're late, you need to man up and be on time for the podcast. I'm not gonna be like, oh, B, man, you destroying my masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some sensitive.
Let me rest my masculine over here while I was 40 minutes late. My bad.
And shout out to Mr.
He's out here
Intellectual.
trying to strike you with manhood.
Shout out to Auntie.
John,
What's
you
going
like
on? What's going on?
Hey,
What's good, bro?
Let me cook real quick. Let me cook real quick.
Mr. Intellectual, and then we going to Auntie after that. Go ahead, rock out, Eddie.
It'll be like 30 seconds. That's all I can do. All right, John, salute to you, bro. Like I said, much love. I ain't no harm by it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say this. I think a lot of times, like we think like women can't do certain shit or whatever. Like, let me tell you something. My grandmother was one of the most meanest, roughest motherfuckers in the world. I'll tell you that for a fact. Like, she was hard, like straight up. Like you had to get straight A's. You had to be on time from school. You had to make sure the room was clean. And if you missed anything, she was on your ass. You know what I mean? Like, she'd be literally on your ass. Even as an adult, on my ass about everything. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's real. Like, I remember one time, like, she chased fucking me and her son, which is my uncle, up the stairs with a fucking belt. Like, she was no joke, bro. And my grandma didn't play that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she was hard. There's times where, like, she was just let me go hungry to show me a lesson. I mean, to teach me to be responsible and shit. I'm like, Grandma, I'm hungry. She's like, oh, well, so you should have made a better decision. You know what I mean? Learn how to spend your money. Like, it's some real shit. Like, you know what I mean? So it depends on the person. Like, who's teaching and who's growing you. But she was also loving too. Like, she had a balance. I think as men, we gotta have balance. Double-edged sword. Like I said, she was hard, and my grandfather was hard too. Like, but it was a balance. Like, or at least they tried to show me a balance. I think they was more hard than anything. Including my uncle and my mom too. Like, they was hard too. But I noticed that growing up, just with people always being on you and always being hard and shit, like it does make you a monster because it makes you like insensitive to certain shit. But I had to learn how to positively embrace my emotions, and that emotion wasn't bad, crying wasn't bad, different shit like that wasn't bad, because if I didn't do those things, I was gonna let that shit out in some other way. It was gonna be, and it was some of that shit was just negative. Like, I'm just completely real about it. Whatever it was, I mean, but I was gonna let it out. Like I ain't give a fuck how it came out. I was gonna let it out. But I think we have to create an environment within our family. You know, not just alone men, but with our family, where people feel safe, they feel accepted, and able to really express themselves freely, and not be judged and not be put down. I think that happens too much in our families, whether it's men or women. It happens too much in our families, and it's like that's some shit that we as indigenous people, you know what I mean, all over the globe, we got to get away from that shit. But that's all I gotta say.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate
Spoken like
it.
a true man.
And let me just get to a couple because they was coming through heavy in the chat, and then we gonna go straight to Auntie. But shout out to Wally, bro. Wally always coming through and supporting, bro. Wally, and shout out to Wally and Mr. Not. They got a podcast coming out. It's called Eazily Jizzed. You know what I mean? It's a
Oh hell no! I don't know what the hell that means.
He did that to him again.
Hey, I don't know about this, but I'm never coming back on this fucking panel ever again. Fuck all y'all, except for the new people I don't know.
That's a cold one, boy.
shout out to Wally. So
I'm gonna divest. I'm gonna use one of those YouTube talking points. Let me divest from this fucking panel right now.
Mark is gonna start using them Sinji talking points. It's all good.
Oh hell no.
But yeah, so let's see who we got. You know, Mr. Glucose. You know, he in the chat and on the panel. Mr. Glucose always got some good stuff. I gotta ask Mr. Glucose some stuff. Misunderstood. Shout out to the sis. She finally caught it live. She finally came through. The link is in there. If you're still in the chat, you are welcome to come up. Congratulations on your social media milestone. I don't know what it is, but congratulations to what it is. Progressing forward. Princess K. I love the girl, Princess K. Greetings to the family. Shout out to Eazily Rigged and the panelists. Shout out to the chat fam. Princess K, you killing it with that default. I can't remember if that's a new one or
Shout
not.
out to all y'all. Shout out to all y'all.
Princess K.
Ignore Big Rig right now.
Independence first, codependence. It's really independence first, interdependence. You know what I mean? Shout out to Blaze Brown, always coming through heavy in the chat. The women in my family were raised to be independent, especially from our fathers. Hold on.
Oh, my bad.
Hold up. It said especially from our fathers, grandfathers, etc. But it does not mean we don't want a good man with good work ethic, respectful. Now look, if you want a good man, you have to earn a good man, just like a good man has to earn a good woman. You don't just get a good woman, you know what I mean? And I'm not speaking to you, Blaze Brown. I'm just speaking in general. A lot of people want a good, reliable car, but you don't just wake up and get that, right? You got to work hard, earn enough money to be able to afford it. The average car cost brand new right now is $47,000. And this ain't even the fully loaded package, bruh. Look it up.
That's rolling around still kind of lightweight boo-boo.
What was that, Big Rig?
I said for that 47 racks, you still kind of riding around lightweight boo-boo. You know what I mean?
Lightweight boo-boo?
You ain't got all the bells and whistles.
You riding around heavyweight boo-boo. Change your name to Al Boo-Boo. Genius. You feel me? But that's some base shit y'all probably wouldn't relate to. But Auntie, you've been patient. Y'all been coming through heavy in the chat. Shout out K Marion, Wally, Princess K, Misunderstood, everybody on the panel. We definitely appreciate y'all. Mr. Intellectual, thank you for coming up, cooking real quick. He said, I'm frying chicken, rice, stew, greens, and all that. But yeah, you came up with the assist, you feel me? Threw some chicken in the pot, you know what I mean? Well-seasoned chicken. I like that, bro. Auntie, what's up with you, dog? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. As long as
all right,
everybody
bro.
can hear me. Nah, salute.
Man, we glad that you came in to join us, bro. How much of the conversation have you been tuned into?
Not much of it. I just kind of wanted to piggyback off what the last brother said. I know he was talking about,
That means he's saying 5 minutes, bro.
Yeah, about that, something like that. I mean, it was probably about 5 minutes before I came up, and then however long I've been up here waiting.
Much
Okay,
love,
cool.
though,
Well,
man.
let me pose this for you because even though you haven't been here long, this is something good because I know you've heard the term, man up before, and you've heard what at least, one of the brothers had to say. So, what does man up mean to you when you hear it? Is it a motivational term to you, or is it a term with a negative connotation? And do you use the term man up, whether with your kids, with your homies, or what? And you can
Nah,
just rock out.
yeah, no, it's always it's just motivational. It's always motivational because if somebody tells me to man up, it's not gonna be offensive. Or when I hear somebody, I mean, I say it to my son all of the time. I got a 16-year-old, so hey, man up. It's just reminding you of who the hell you are. So go ahead and do what the hell you're supposed to do as a man. There's nothing you can't handle. You're gonna control your emotions. You're gonna get it done. It's that simple. Ain't no excuses. That's what it is to man up.
Okay, so I like that, and because I know it usually said, because I know Mr. Glucose said it earlier, so I'll ask you this, Auntie, and then I'll go around the panel. Typically, because I know, like, let's say, I'm telling John, like, look, bro, you know, you kind of slacking, bro. Like, you keep being late. You need to man up, bro, so we can handle this business. Or, we on the same football team. Like, come on, bro. You need to man up, bro. You kind of out of shape, bro. Like, I need you. Like, when we hear that from other men, no matter how it makes us feel, you may not want to hear that, but you don't think that it's said maliciously, right? But typically, the way it's received from opposite genders is like, hey, you need to man up. It's in a demeaning and a disparaging way. So I know Mr. Glucose had said something alluding to this point. So I'm going to ask you, Auntie, and then go around the panel. Have you noticed a difference, and do you believe there's a difference when the phrase man up is said to you by men versus by women?
Oh, okay. So when it's said to me from a man, like I said, it's motivational. When it's said to me from a woman or some other gender or whatever, I don't hear that shit. Like I just
We
don't. I'm
got
not
you, bro.
I'm not gonna let a woman or some other gender define what manhood is to me. So you ain't gonna tell me nothing about manning up. Like it literally goes in one ear and out the other. She can say that, but whatever. That's like Charlie Brown's teacher to me. Because how,
Okay.
how would I sound telling, hey, woman up, woman up. You better woman up. Like I'm not. I would never try to
No, I
define
came
or
up with a phrase,
quantify
Auntie. It's
femininity.
called
So
person up.
hmm? That's what I'm saying. Like they're not even going to control that type of rhetoric. I'm just saying. That's something I noticed even in this space. When I came into this space, I hear a lot of men call women masculine and stuff like that, and they go out of their way to define femininity or think they can quantify. And it's like, as a man, you really you can tell me what's attractive to you, but you really can't tell me what's feminine and what's not. You don't really know that because you're not a woman. But the same way they can tell a man what's attractive to them and what they like and what they don't, but they can't tell me what it is to be masculine or be a man. So like literally that's crazy. That's like a cripple telling me to run. Like, come on.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah, you laid that out very vividly, Ant. So I rock with you on that. I'm gonna go to Mr. Glucose because I did hear him, in his rant that he mentioned something like that, and then I'm gonna go to Big Rig. So, Mr. Glucose, what do you think about that though? Like, when the phrase "man up" is said to you by a male versus a female, like, how is it received? Do you usually get like, do you get, I know you said you use it as motivational too. Has it ever been said to you by a female that was motivational to you, or is it always kind of condescending based on your experience?
You see, when it's coming from a female, you don't know if it's genuine or if it's snarky. That's because sometimes women say one thing and do another. But when it comes from a guy, it could come off as they're trying to make it funny. Because this is why, like, to me, I think bullying serves a purpose for guys. You know, because think of like as you when you're in school, you're growing up. You know, somebody bully you because you get bullied for anything. Could get bullied for being dark skin, light skin, too short, too fat. You know, you're getting too much girls, getting no girls. You know what I mean? But bullying serves a purpose. So when you hear things like that, so as you get older, you look back at it, and the bullying makes you stronger. So this is why I know where man up comes in now. If he just easily gives up, you're not living up to the term man up, manning up. You're just giving up, acting weak or feminine. You know, because life is about changes. Life is about journey. Life is about trials and error. That's how you better yourself. Just like a video game, you gotta start from level 1, go up to level 100. It's going to be a lot of work, a lot of battles, a lot of obstacles. You know, so everybody that's right here on this panel, everybody deal with bullying in some forms, but we're still here. We could look back at it, and maybe 10 years from now, or even on the job now, we're still getting bullied, even if it's passively or not. But in the same token, it makes you stronger because you look back at it, be like, you know what, nothing bothers me no more. You know, somebody could make fun at you, somebody could laugh at you, call you a bitch, even though you know you're not a bitch, or say, yo, the woman could say, yo, you need to man up. And you don't even have to pay attention to it, because if you know, as a guy individual, if you know you're a hard worker, you get shit done, you take care of your kids, you know, you make sure your kids are manning up, but not to the extent you're going to yell at them and beat them or anything. But you got to make sure if you have a son, you're not going to allow him to raise himself. You got to just guide him and show him what to do. Because if you leave a kid to raise it to be by himself, he wear the same shoes and the same pants and the same shirt every day. He eat the same thing. He eat candies for the rest of. He eat candies for his whole childhood if it's up to the kid. So this is why society is going through this whole problem with these kids. They're soft nowadays. So now when they hear these terms now, man up, you start crying. I'm not a man. I'm not a woman. I have no gender. You know, so you can't even say man up anymore to the extent like how it was one generation before. You know, because the term is coming off like a derogatory term, just like the N word when you use the word nigga. You know, they're just trying to kill the meaning of man, trying to kill the meaning of a woman. So when you use it, you know, it's having no more meaning behind it. So this is why I go by the stance, man up is a motivational statement, but even if belittling comes behind it, it motivates you in order so you could man up.
Damn, okay. Mr. Glucose coming in heavy with the fire. Okay. M3, that was well timed. That was very apropos with the air horn. Shout out, Mr.
Easy
Glucose.
up.
You always coming through, dropping the knowledge smooth. You know, the accent, the delivery is on point. M3, after M3, because he's about to leave, I'm going to go to, if Big Rig is still there, I'm going to go to Big Rig, John, and Mr. Knot. But M3, I
I ain't
need
went
you to.
nowhere.
Okay, cool. So M3, since M3 got to bounce, you know what I mean? I just want you to say, what is the difference that you've experienced between hearing the term man up from a male perspective versus a female perspective, versus them saying it to you, and then whatever. So just answer that one and
Hey,
then give
say
your
no more. I
closing
got you on
remarks.
that one, man. You know, the difference is like when a man is telling you to like man up, okay, that man most likely genuinely cares for your well-being and your self-growth preservation. You know what I mean? See, a lot of times if we get offended, it's because we're too used to like, you know, being baby, being coddled. We're too used to hearing the, oh, like you should never let nobody talk to you like that, and you know, you gotta stand up for your feelings and talk about it. You know, that type of BS. But then at the same time, the same type of people, the other gender would be like, open up to me. I want to see you cry because it makes me feel connected to you. And then when you start crying like a little biatch, right? Then she want to be like, no, man, like, you know, like, I'm not down for that. Like, wherever you're talking about, wherever you're complaining about, you need to, like, get your act right and you need to man up. and get your mind right. You know what I mean? So, I had to throw that in there. But that is like the difference, right? Between, some people, like as far as like with the men and with like, some women. Now, I'm not gonna say all women do that. I'm not saying all men have the intent to try to help you and the intent to try to dismiss you. It could just depends, like, on who you're with. Because not every man is going to be a masculine man when he try to give you advice. You might run into the feminine type of man, and they may try to give you some wrong advice. I I've listened to many different advisors, especially the other gender, like Auntie said, and those are ones that are the worst ones to get advice from. You know what I mean? So, you know, um, but other than that, man, like this was definitely like a good stream. I mean, I'm gonna be out, but you guys could definitely feel free to rock it because you guys are definitely doing a phenomenal job. And I just want to before I exit, I just want to say, look, we are very, very close to getting 1,000 subscribers. Okay,
Congratulations.
thank you, not so rookie. So
congratulations, just
he just congratulates in advance. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we're gonna speak it to that.
Okay, we appreciate that.
Yeah, and also shout outs to EssoHopeful as well too.
Shout out to Mr. Hopeful, man. I'm hoping that you'll come up for a little bit. You burning that midnight oil, I'm burning that midnight ganja.
But look, everybody, right? I know for most content creators, like you guys have the YouTube tabs. Hey, feel free to share like tonight's video right now while still on, popping and cooking. And tell your people to come and help, subscribe to our channel as well, man. We're trying to get close there. So, as a matter of fact, hold on. Got EssoHopeful right now. Salute,
damn, EssoHopeful or Eso Candyman. You say his name.
Damn.
Yeah, I think I said it like 3 times. That was the 3rd time. You're like, what?
We said
more like Eso quickly.
Like, okay.
What's up? How y'all feeling, yo?
We good. How you doing tonight, brother?
Good, man. I always love these conversations. Man. I appreciate y'all for having them. You know what I'm saying? Especially knowledge and relationships. You know what I'm saying? You already know you stay having the good topics. I don't know why you don't got 1,000 already, but it's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's coming.
Hey, because if you ain't doing all that drama, salacious, ratchet stuff, it'd be the slow grind. If we start up some YouTube beefs, we'll be at 5,000 in no time. But I mean, we about the quality over the quantity. You know what I mean, and we about like building something that's actually substantive over just the kind of salacious, lascivious type stuff, you know what I mean? But and so I'm gonna let you cook, but M3, I know you got to get out of here. Was there anything else on your closing remarks before you hop out, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm just going to say this, right? Whatever you guys do, right, do the best you can. Oh, there was one part I was going to say, if you don't mind, I'll show myself in, right? Okay. One thing that Mr. Glucose did say, right, which made me thought about Marion from Fresh and Fit, because he was talking about bullying. Now, how bullying ties into manning up is a thing, okay? I know, like, the whole propaganda would be like, well, bullying is wrong and it makes people want to delete themselves and, all this other jazz. But then for the people who have tough skin, sometimes bullying, right, on a positive end, right, could definitely help somebody, right, to be stronger. Because the thing is, if it creates an insecurity, what are you going to do as a man? Okay? You're going to do whatever it takes to get rid of that insecurity so you don't feel that pain from getting bullied anymore. You're going to learn how to deliver the best jokes or get the best education so you can, stun on them. And then if you was a person that was poor and people look down on you or say you was never going to be someone, most of the people who got bullied in that type of manner, I'll just say came up successful and they're doing way better than them. So yeah, with that being said, like, I definitely agree to like the bullying part on some aspects. If you're not soft and you don't delete yourself, man, use that energy, channel that within, and then let it out. That will be a necessary evil to destroy your adversaries. And that's it. Anyways.
Right on, big dog. I appreciate that, man. You dropped a lot of gems for the people, bro. So,
Yeah,
man, and like I said,
Kevin,
this discussion.
what's his name? Like Kevin, let's just say Kevin Hart, for example. He's short. He got roasted his whole life, maybe. You know what I mean? Growing up, people probably call him short. People even probably tell him to man up, and shit like that. And look at him today, he just own what he got. Just like guys out there who think they can't get women. All you gotta do, it makes a big difference. Just getting a haircut or shaping up your beard, little things like that, or hit the gym. It could change a lot. You could bump yourself up by 2 notches, and then you're gonna be getting more women. You know what I mean? Little stuff like that. So this is why manning up, it serves a really important purpose. You know what I mean? So, but society's trying to make it soft. Don't say that. I think we should still say it. Amongst guys, but not women.
Yeah, I'm with
I
that, and that's
agree.
what I was saying. We need to just reinvent it, and I'm totally with y'all. We had QB come up here earlier, and she said, she kind of despises the term, and she gave a very astute assertion as why she didn't like the term, and I actually agree with her, of her breakdown. But I think that we still should be using it amongst men, but in that motivational, inspirational connotation, not to try to disparage people, because if you're on a football team, bro, and somebody is not hacking it, you tell them to man up, bro. You need to hit the weights, you know what I mean? You need to run some more laps. And nobody is looking down. It's like, because you know that if you don't man up, you're not going to make the team, right? There's consequences for not actually manning up. And what Mr. Glucose and the rest of the panel was saying, once you remove those consequences for not manning up, then it's essentially to the kid that wants to eat candy all the time, because you never set any parameters, any standards. So, hey, I can just eat candy. Oh, if I don't have to man up, then I can just be a non-binary pansy. But then when it's time to go to war, then that's when they're like, is anyone gonna man up? Is anyone gonna build? Hold on. You was just saying like there's no genders, right? Everyone is the same. But now when there's an invasion, then everybody is like, someone do something, man up. Like, huh? You can't have it both ways. I can't be able to like be like a soft, fruit, and then just turn on the switch and then be like some savage Leonidas Spartan. It don't work like that. I need to be consistently manning up throughout my entire existence. Otherwise, you can't complain about the results, right? You don't want to have Mr. Knott is a military veteran. He said that they tell y'all need to man up, right? We don't want a bunch of softies in the military, and nobody is looking around and saying, oh, maybe they shouldn't have those standards. We should let more soft people in the military. We should let more weak people, more physically incapable people. No one is saying that, right? So if we know that we want strong men, why is manning up such a horrible term? I only think
It's
it's
called
horrible.
toxic masculinity nowadays.
I was gonna say that's if you actually want strong men. I know everybody on the panel does for the most part. People in the community say so, but do they actually really want that? Propaganda doesn't suggest that.
Yeah,
No,
see, I
and
kind of my only
let me
question.
get Mr. Hopeful in. And hold on, I don't want to butcher your name. Is it Eso or Esso?
Either one, ESO.
Eso, okay, Eso. I'm gonna let you get in based on what you heard. The topic is about, manning up, do you first I want you to touch on these first. So we were saying typically when a man tells another man to man up, no matter how they say it, whatever tone is usually said in a way to motivate the man or inspire him in some type of way, versus typically, not always, but when a female tells a man that, it's usually said in a more negative kind of, negative condescending type of way. So I'll ask you this: when you hear the term man up, have you noticed a difference with how it's said and applied towards men and women? And then ultimately, what does the term manning up mean to you? Is it motivational? Should we just stop using the term? What? So just go ahead and rock out, Eso.
Yeah, so my only pushback with the usage of it is, you know what I'm saying, like you said, if it's coming from a woman, more than likely it's going to be something that's to belittle you, you know what I'm saying, or to make you feel as if you are acting unmanly, you know what I'm saying? And then so as far as for coming from a man, it's more than likely the same way usually a father figure or older gentleman is going to say it to somebody younger, or if you acting, soft, as they call it. But my major pushback is the timing of it. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily the usage, but if you are bullying a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like either your child's first bully or their first cheerleader. If you kind of are trying to teach them to be harder or trying to get them to be in a, position where you want them to be like a warrior, or you want them to go in the military or something like that. If you already foresee that for them, I don't think there's any issues with it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as for discouraging their natural development, I feel like that's one of those things that, you can try and make a kid grow up too fast. You know what I'm saying? When you say man up to somebody who's younger, you know what I'm saying, they might not get it. And they might try to, do what you're asking, but you know what I'm saying, how do you get a kid to man up? You get what I'm saying? But as far as for the other question you had asked, the day-to-day usage, I feel like it's something that's not really said a lot. It's one of those things that's going to be, you know what I'm saying, you might say, man up, that's kind of a older person's term. You don't really hear that much nowadays, unless it's, like I said, an older person saying something to a younger one. I'm gonna take a break for a second.
Be easy.
I must be old. I'll be running the whole man up.
I had to come back, bro.
Man, I thought you was asleep, man, with the feet kicked up.
I'm working out. You know what I mean? I be working out like a mother.
Yeah, wasn't you cooking chicken and dumplings and shit?
Gym right now?
But I was doing all that, man. But I threw the chefing pan to you and Riggs, and y'all was cooking it up and shit. But yeah, man, let me speak on some real shit, and it's gonna get a little dark here, but I don't give a fuck. Look, at the end of the day, man, like a lot of people who even promote bullying or certain shit. Look, a lot of times, look, I'm gonna keep it real. Most of y'all motherfuckers ain't really been through nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the chat in the panel. A lot of motherfuckers, y'all ain't never sat in no court, because I'm talking about, I was doing shit in elementary school. I was sitting in the court because my family was terrorizing not just one neighborhood in Brooklyn, but multiple neighborhoods in Brooklyn. Terrorizing the whole block.
You're kind of choppy, Mr. Best.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 100. So a lot of times, most of y'all ain't really even been through, a parent figure really not being there. Them being in and out of the system. So that's making you feel insecure. So now you don't feel secure in yourself because they're not there. So now you allowing yourself to get bullied. Not because you want to get bullied, but because you don't feel secure as a person. And now all this other shit is happening to you. You know what I mean? You're thinking, fuck, where the fuck is that parent at? Where the fuck is my father at? So this is the shit that I have been through. I've lived this shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't live this shit, you can come up here and grandstand and talk all this fly shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't really been through that shit. You know what I mean? But when you've been through some shit, look, I got to approach it in a certain way. And a lot of that shit, man, that shit fucking turned me out. And I had to really, really focus and really get my mind and really get myself, tuned in and get myself right, man. Because if not, I would have went down a whole wrong fucking path, man. Straight up. All the tools necessary was there for self-destruction with myself, man. And I had to pull myself out of that shit. I had to learn how to use my mind instead of using everything else. And I'm grateful that a lot of my family members helped me to do that shit, man. If not, life would have been fucked up for me. Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing, man. We got to really see that. You know what I mean? Now, listen, I think as far as like the whole gender shit, look, man, ain't really shit you can really do about that because it's freedom, right? We got freedom, right? We said we wanted freedom, so now it's freedom. Everybody said they want equal rights, you know, it's equal right. Everybody said they want to make money, which is really what it's about, right? It's about money. So now everybody making money. It is what it fucking is. Find you people that fucks with you on the type of level you want to fuck with them on, whether they're a man, woman, or they want to be a goat or a sheep or whatever the fuck they want to be, and you rock out. Listen, I'm gonna tell you at the end of the day, as I'm on the road to success, whether it's some YouTube shit, outside of the shit, I ain't letting none of that dumb shit fuck me up. Are you kidding me? Shit, you want to call yourself the color black? Black, what up? I don't give a fuck about none of that, man. You want to sleep with 2 men and 2 women? Go ahead. I know what I'm gonna do when I go home. That's what I'm focused on. I don't give a fuck about none of that dumb shit, man. You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna let them mess up my paper. Straight up. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, control the shit you can control. That's what life is about. You control shit you can control. All other dumb shit you leave to the side, man. Because ain't shit you can do about it. You know what I mean? You can't forcibly make people do whatever you want them to do. I got family members that do certain lifestyle, and whether it's illegal or legal, I can't control that shit. You know what I mean? I could just tell them, look, I think you should do things a certain way, and it's up to them to fucking follow. I'm the oldest of 4 siblings. They don't listen to everything I gotta say. They don't. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I just gotta keep it pushing. So it is what it is, man. That's it, man. I'm gonna stop coming on this shit. But yeah.
No, you ain't. You gonna pop up in about another 5 minutes, brother. You gonna pop up in another 5 minutes.
Instead of the
Yo,
intellectual, it's
let me-
the interjectual. So,
Yo, one time for, you know what I'm saying, the real of your niggas in the building, and all, you know what I mean, so all the other bitch ass niggas in the world eat a dick. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, man, fuck y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, going back, you know what I mean, to all of this, man, shut the fuck up.
Whoa.
Well, I don't know what happened. What's
My
happening?
nigga, I don't know why you came up here on some weird ass shit, but bro, we ain't on that type of time, my nigga. If you got something to get off your chest, bruh, you know what I mean? That wasn't the definition of manning up, my nigga. Like, I don't know where that shit came from, bruh.
Yeah, he need to man up.
I don't know what type of energy came over it. Like I said, bro, if you disagree with people, bro, like, we can break down points and shit like that, but like going back and forth with all of this name calling and shit, especially on the internet when niggas ain't gonna do shit. You can ask John, bro. Like, my nigga, we really active with the bullshit, but like we on the internet, bro. Like, for what, my nigga?
I blame
like,
Auntie. No, I'm playing.
Like, what are we talking about, bro? We've been having a cool
they
conversation.
dropped the NT from the panel?
No, I'm just saying we've been having a cool conversation. Like,
No, I think he
bro,
got disconnected.
I don't expect y'all. Look,
Okay,
nobody
my bad.
you are going to agree with 100% of the time. John is my bro, Big Rig, all of these cats. They don't agree with me 100% of the time. You think they agree with their wife and their moms 100% of the time? No,
Hell
but not
no.
everything is an argument. Not everything is a discussion, bro. You feel me? When John say something I disagree with, I don't really try to persuade this nigga. It's like, okay, cool, we just got a difference of opinion. I don't need to force my beliefs on this cat, right? Because if that's the case, then what? Should I try to force if I'm an atheist on them, if I'm a Christian on them, then if I'm a Republican, like, where do we stop with this shit, my
Shout
nigga? If
out
we
to
disagree,
Sonetta.
then
Shout
let
out
us
to
just
Sonetta.
disagree. You know what I mean?
Right.
That
Trying to
I
make
don't know.
all
People got a
all
weird
robots.
obsession to where to think that we all gotta agree with each other, bro, or we all need to speak the same tone.
That's
Right?
why it's called civil discourse.
Yeah, bro. Like, if I'm not yelling at the top of my lungs, then what? I ain't really with the
Damn,
shit.
M3 done
Pull
came
up
back.
on
Look,
me and then see
M3
what I'm
done
about,
came
bro.
back.
Pull up on me and then see what I'm
Yo,
about.
put the
With the
shades on.
glasses. Here we go.
Put your shades on, Art. Well, damn, I was about to say R. Kelly. Never mind.
We
Here
Oh
we
yeah,
go.
yeah. Don't use that term.
bro.
Is that not manning up?
My bad.
That ain't the same
My
thing?
bad. I apologize for that. I won't use that word.
No. You good, man. You know, even though that was a little awkward. Now, pause. Okay, next time. Look, man. Okay, you know, as men, we gotta operate as men. Okay, don't let no other nigga try to steer you off your center. You know what I mean? Yeah, I had to come back real quick, man, so I could give him the boot. You know? Hey, man, RaziQ, bro, on the real though, you can't just come up in here and then just disrespect the panel like that. Especially like Easy Rigs. Let the people rock. Everybody got an opinion to it, but if you got an opinion, you got to speak your piece, man, without trying to disrespect nobody. All right, and that's like real shit. You know what I mean? So hold on for just 1 second. Let's see. I'm really sick of grown men talking like females. Shit is
Hold
pathetic.
on,
Yeah, you know what?
come off the big screen, cause I gotta
Oh,
speak to this, cause you feel me. You know what I mean? RaziQ, you got my line, bro. You could have DM'd me respectfully, bro. And then you coming up here saying I'm really sick of grown men talking like females. Nigga, you came up here cussing like a female. Do you think what you just did was masculine, my nigga? So why are you even talking about talking like females? You came up here yelling, bickering and shit. That kind of was some female shit, my nigga. What are you talking about?
disrespect.
Then you saying disrespect is
I'm
needed,
saying,
right?
I wanted to hear what he was gonna say.
Why is it always ESO triggering people?
I swear.
Yeah, I was about to say it was Esau's fault. What's up with bruh?
No bull, yeah. I swear, I said what I said.
But see, I don't get triggered by this type of shit, bro. But you
Way
saying
he said he
disrespect is
feeling,
needed.
he was
This where
feeling
the
some
weird
way
shit comes
about what I
in, bro.
said. I wanted to
Disrespect.
hear what the pushback was.
Now
Aside
I'm
from
just
the
saying
ad hominem.
disrespect begets disrespect, bro. So if you disrespect me, then I gotta disrespect you, and then we gotta keep trying to increase the level of disrespect. Nobody was on no disrespectful shit tonight. I didn't hear none of y'all niggas sounding like females. You see what I'm saying? Like if somebody said something that sounded like a female, tell me what specific line, right? Tell me what specific line that they said was on some female shit. My nigga, do you think coming up here calling niggas bitches is you think that's some real nigga shit? You stand 10 toes down and you don't bite my tongue. Nigga, so do we. My nigga, what are you talking about? You ain't the only one from the streets, my nigga. We come from the mud. What are you talking about?
Wally.
I stand 10 toes down, nigga.
Hey,
What are you saying, cuz? No one gives a fuck if you bite your tongue, my nigga. If you know about the law of power, the fourth one is always say less than necessary. You could have came up here, said your piece. If we disagree, we disagree. But you coming up here calling niggas out their name because you perceive that niggas is on some female shit, but you acting like a straight up female. That's the irony. You calling niggas up. I know you was addressing Eso. I understand that. You started off addressing him, but then you fired at all of us. If I shoot one shot at one nigga and then I shoot
To be honest, I spaced out at what ESO was saying half the time.
It don't matter who I was shooting at. So I'm just saying, cuz we talking about manning up, bro. As men, bro, we got to be better than this, cuz. And I don't even know what Eso said. Did y'all hear anything that Eso
For real,
said?
because I spaced out, bro. My bad. No disrespect, ESO, but I spaced out.
Okay. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. So this is what happened. Okay, I mean, within a private chat, you know, whatever Eso said, right? He was just pretty much giving his opinion, and then the point was in the chat, he was just saying, yo, cut that soft shit out or whatever, I mean, I thought he was just like playing, I guess, you know what I mean, and then Eso said well, RaziQ, speak your piece or whatever. And so he said, motherfucker, I'm about to. So, I thought it was just some wholesome, bro shit.
At that point, I was like, hey, speak your piece, but we just not on no beef shit here because the stream been going cool. Mm-hmm. And then this is me talking to you, yo, bro. And then you said, get the fuck out of here. My nigga, that's hella disrespectful. You feel me? But I'm just saying, cuz I know, my nigga, I fuck with you, RaziQ, but I'm just saying, cuz I was trying to diffuse the situation and then you said, fuck out of here. My nigga, how am I supposed to take that, bro? When I'm running a certain stream, my nigga, I'm not taking nobody's side, but you think disrespect is needed, bro. So as a man, as me manning up, then I gotta come back at you disrespectful. But I ain't even on that type of time, my nigga. We trying to have a constructive conversation, bro, and you want to derail it on some shit to have a
Nah,
beef with you and Eso. If y'all niggas want to have a debate, you feel me? I'll set that up. But this ain't debate night, my nigga.
I wasn't no. That's what I'm saying. I was just trying to hit pushback.
Okay. So to get some clarity, right? Because sometimes like the messages could go left or whatever, and could get lagged or whatever. But he was saying my fault. He thought like it was Eso that was talking, I guess, and he was saying "F out of here." So
And I get y'all say y'all can space out whatever I'm talking. A lot of times it's not the same, echo chamber shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be different. I'm saying you're gonna be thinking about, whatever chick or something like. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff is not for people who not intellectuals. It's a lot more advanced. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to talk surface level shit, then listen to my man right there on the left. What's his name? Marcus.
Yeah.
But nah, like I said, bro, I ain't no soft ass nigga, bro. So like, that shit don't phase me. Like I said, I fuck with RaziQ, you feel me? But I don't tolerate.
Yo, I'm back. Hold on. Let me go ahead and issue this first. You know what I'm saying? I said what I had said first. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the real of your niggas on the panel. Come on, Easy. You already know, you know what I'm saying, what time it is, bro. I was, you know what I'm saying, talking to, you know what I'm saying, Eso, you know what I'm saying, specifically. My fault, you know what I'm saying, for reading, you know what I'm saying, the back chat, because I thought it was him that actually had said that. Because I don't like, you know what I'm saying, when Eso be coming up here, you know what I'm saying, talking this little soft shoe profile bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So my issue, so when I said fuck out of here, I was directing that, you know what I'm saying, that comment to you. You know what I'm saying? Not, you know what I'm saying, Easy or anybody else in the panel. You know what I'm saying? That goes to you. Eso, whatever the fuck your, you know what I'm saying, name is, nigga.
You already
You know
know,
what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You already know, you know what I'm saying? I don't bite my motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, tongue for no nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when Eso was in, you know what I'm saying, the back chat talking about, yo, speak your piece, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, I'm gonna fucking talk. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck?
Say what
you know what I'm saying? So your little whole ass be talking this goddamn kumbaya shit,
Okay,
nigga.
hold on. Mute. Okay, so look, man. We're gonna have this conversation, bro, right? Like we
don't
really
have to have it.
Wait, hold on.
No, mute. We're gonna have the conversation, bro. But we getting off a topic and everything like that. But I mean, I don't really know where this shit came from. But if we're gonna have this conversation, we gotta have it, you know what I'm saying, calmly, bro. Like on the real, like you already know what it is, Zeke. Just calm it down a little bit, man. We don't gotta go into being hella aggressive. Just get your point out. Let's see what this shit is, bro. Cause I'm really lost on all of this. You feel me? But since it done came on to our fucking program, you know what I'm saying? We'll go ahead and hash this shit out like men. But if we gonna do it though, bro, like we gotta do this shit respectfully, man, and then we gotta move on, man. We're not gonna drag it out. Let's just get our points across. No name calling, no none of that shit, bro. We ain't Fight Club. We ain't finna do that shit. So let's just keep it all the way 100, pimping.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and remove myself from the conversation. You know what I mean?
My man ain't got nothing productive to say.
Shut your bitch.
But see, if you remove yourself, Zeke, that's like you done lost, bro. If you got something to say, you had the chance to say it, bro.
He did, bro.
Nothing but curses. That's what I'm saying. If it go over your head, or if it's something that you can't understand and you just want to call names, then you know what I'm saying, I understand that. It's certain people who gonna be like that. Like we're talking like that on the internet. You know,
well, I think we need to just drop it, bro. We need to drop it. He ain't up here no more. The conversation's dead with. Let's just continue with what the topic was. And if I ain't mistaken, bro, it was on me to speak on the fucking topic. You know what I'm saying? So let me just go ahead. I haven't heard Big Red talk at all. On that shit. And then we'll go ahead and just keep this ball rolling. You know what I mean? Because this was really some good energy. It was a good topic. I appreciate everybody that pulled up, bro. The panel was lit, bro. Like real talk. But we don't really need to be showing this type of negative shit, bro. We are not
except for the part where y'all were coming on Mr. Not So. You know, y'all were going a little too hard on Mr. Not So for no reason.
Hey, but you got a man
because he showed up late.
We did that to you. Cyberbullying.
I mean, the topic is man up. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. All right, bad. Let me rest my masculinity over here. All right, y'all.
But see
Misandry.
that. But see, this is and none of this shit is scripted. But this is manning up in the flesh, right? I could go, I could fly off the deep end too. You know what I mean? Like I got, bro. You feel me? I got goons. You feel me? I got heavy artillery and stuff like that. But what does that shit mean to a conversation that we trying to build each other? And I fuck with RaziQ. You feel me? He already knows, so he got my line. He can
Yeah, he
hit me up
knows what it
anytime.
is, man.
But I wanted them to hash out whatever they need to hash out
Right.
as men. And it's
Right.
unfortunate that we were unable to, but look, you can't win them all. You know what I mean?
Can't.
Eso seems to be for it, but look, we moving on, but we can use this as a pretty much as a lesson. You know what I mean? Like, look,
That's a fact.
this is how it is gonna be, bro. When you're dealing with men and testosterone and high levels of aggression, names is gonna fly, slurs, and there's gonna be a lot of basically contention. But as long as we know that as men, like, we're moving forward to empower each other, all that shit don't matter. You know what I mean? So if I tell, hey, John, bro, you played a horrible game, man. You suck tonight. You know what I mean? He can internalize that for tonight, or he can internalize that for 2 years, and he can say, hey, I did suck, and I'm gonna just get better. We here to help each other get better. I don't mind holding each other accountable and doing it aggressively. You know what I mean? I just don't think that I need to be like, John, man, your bitch ass played hella weak last
Right.
night, my nigga. You couldn't even make a shot. That I don't need to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could do that, but how is John gonna receive that? You know what I mean? So there is ways to be more effective, because ultimately when we are speaking, we want to get our point across.
Right.
We ain't just trying to just talk, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
That was
if
my
your
point.
objective is to get your point across, you need to do it in a way that is going to be received by the person. If you want to just say it the way that you want to say, then you probably are not serious about the art of communication. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's a
Right.
lot of shit that I hear that disturbs me or angers me. But look, the phrase, never let them see you sweat. You know what I mean? There's no benefit to me getting all riled up over shit that people say over the internet, because it's not like these cats is gonna really pull up on you, right? And if they did, I'm fully equipped to trip. So like, there's really no reason to worry. There's really no reason to even sweat. You know what I mean? So Big Rig, what you got, bro?
Just on run the question again, man. You said what a man says and the woman said it. What was the question on the whole man up thing?
Yeah, I was asking, when you hear that phrase being used, what is the difference you see versus a man using it versus your bro telling you to man up, or versus your girl or some side chick
Chick,
trying to tell you to man up?
some hutch trying to tell you some shit. Well, look,
Exactly.
when it come to men, I'm kind of with y'all with what everybody was saying. I use the term myself, to man up. I use it more motivation, bro. Like sometimes you gotta look in the mirror, you know what I'm saying, and get at yourself like an angry coach. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you gotta fucking buck up. However you gotta do it. You know what I mean? Just get your self motivation right. But then sometimes you gotta read the room, bro. I'm always serious about reading the room, dog. You can't just start popping off to somebody you feel they may, need to step their game up and be like, hey man, you need to man. You tell a motherfucker they need to man up, man, it may be man down. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it 100. So you can't really just be running that to anybody, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, that word, is strong, bro. And then depending on how it comes across, man, and how people take it, it is what it is. So that's kind of why I was feeling kind of QB with what she was saying too, though, man. Like you said, it was completely against what I was saying, because I was saying something different. But when she broke it down, though, it made like a lot of sense, bro. And I hella felt that shit, so it was dope. But now, when it comes to a woman saying it, I gotta go like kind of what Aunt T was saying, man. Like that's just straight up, bro. Like I'm gonna kind of take that just automatically off the cuff as disrespect, bro. Because for one, they ain't no fucking man. How you gonna tell me that? I could be wrong saying that. But you're gonna have to like show me how I'm wrong saying that. You feel me? But there's no fucking way that I'm gonna just go for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking it off the top when it's said to me coming from a woman is like you already trying to just discredit me. You know what I mean? When I hear it from a man, and like I said, words mean a lot, and it depends on how it comes across. But 9 times out of 10, I'm taking it as motivation. You feel me? I'm not really taking it as something to where I'm gonna take it to heart. Like, man, this motherfucker on some other shit. So I mean, that's kind of that's where I'm at on that one though. So with the woman thing, that's out. With the man thing, depending on how they say it, bro, and the whole vibe and shit, then we can go from there.
All right, cool, for sure. I know.
I think John was gonna dip, right?
Yeah, John, he got a dip, and we gonna be shutting it down here pretty soon. But we're gonna let John go ahead and close out with his final remarks. So thank you for attending the stream. You know what I mean? It went left a little bit, but it got tried. And you know what? I'm starting to think is you, my nigga. Is you bad luck, my nigga? Every stream, you remember the last time when niggas start talking about yuck mouth and some, why every stream you on it go left?
John got
Hey, I
that
think you on
energy.
mute, bro.
Answer the question, John.
Hold on. I can't hear you.
You petty big.
I think he on mute.
Yeah, his volume gone. He got the Bluetooth on or something.
Let's go, John. Be logical in your masculinity right now.
Hello, John. No, we can't hear you, bro. We can read lips though, but we can't hear you.
I didn't have a degree in miming.
Do you got your Bluetooth on or what?
Shout out to RaziQ, man. I'm glad you pulled back up, brother. I hope you know what I mean. We
I'm about to
got
offend somebody, bro. I'm about to offend somebody, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Come on, where you at, John?
Where you at?
Hit
You
the
was sounding
button,
crispy
John.
earlier.
Shout out to Josh Norman.
It don't say
John,
he
we can't hear you, bro.
and then
And we ain't playing.
Oh,
we
Josh
really
is
can't
trolling
hear
us.
you.
He's trolling us. He's pretending he's on
this
low
ain't a
volume.
prank, John.
Did somebody call you?
Oh, somebody must
they
have
got
called
him.
you, John.
They got him.
They just come back in.
They went into the
hang up
Matrix.
and come back, John.
The Fed's taping. Gotta be careful on them phones because them folks might
Rico
be
cases.
Y'all mind if I add
Rico.
on? Y'all mind if I go ahead and finish what I was saying, bro? Is that all right?
Go ahead, man. You got the flow till John come back.
Hey, look, man. Only thing I'm saying, bro, and this ain't on no, you know what I'm saying, beef shit, but I gotta talk how I talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm calm as a bitch. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, bro, to you, ESO, bro, like, nigga, you be like, and it's not even like necessarily directed to you, but just niggas who talk like you. Because y'all niggas be soft as a motherfucker. Y'all niggas be soft as a bitch. You be up there on Brit British channel and you know what I mean, acting like and answer some fucking weird ass questions like why you be up there high as a bitch, making yourself look fucking retarded, nigga. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And and look, I'm not the most, you know what I'm saying, elegant user of the fucking, you know what I'm saying, English language. But guys, dang it, man. Like, if the whole topic is about manning the fuck up, man, when are y'all niggas, when are you, nigga, gonna man the fuck up, man? And stop doing all this fucking crying about women and bitches. I'm just saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this bullying shit.
Not once.
Lying, you lying motherfucker, nigga. You know can't none of this shit be, you know what I'm saying, erased.
No, this shit is recorded.
Okay, hey, hold on. Can we pause? Can we pause the conversation real quick because we got John back and he do got to bounce.
John,
we're gonna get back to it.
Yeah,
John, go ahead and speak your words, bro.
Yeah,
So we're gonna get back to you, bro.
Yeah, John, go ahead and get.
Hey, John, it don't feel good, huh? They tag team on you, huh, John?
Hey, man, I just bagged out, came back, right back up. I'm like, am I live or this back? I listened to the recording or something. I didn't know what was going on. What's up? Yeah, man, I gotta get to this merchandise and shit. I gotta press up for these orders, but I'm on closing remarks right now, or what's?
Yeah, give your closing remarks on the stream. You know what I mean, based on everything that was said tonight, and then just some motivational stuff for the men out there, you know what I mean, so that how they can man up and lead a better productive life.
All right, man. Closing out, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that subscribed. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody who on the panel. Interesting broadcasting tonight, bro. But overall, I think as a man, we should all know inside ourselves what it's like and what it means to man up. I'm encouraging everybody to a lot of times we got to be able to put our pride to the side and emotions to the side more so than anything, and just think and speak logically. Don't let none of this shit, you know what I mean, rile up your insides to the point to where you feel like you gotta get too crazy. You know what I'm saying, on the internet. Remember, it's just opinions. Everybody feel the way they feel. You can't change nobody, how they think or the way they respond or whatnot. So the whole thing is we just have a conversation. It's entertaining though, you know what I mean? Be yourself. I don't feel like you should have to be censored, but just try to be respectful. I respect everybody. The energy you put out, you're gonna get that same energy back. Also want to say, just for all the men out there, you know what I mean, that's watching this and that's gonna watch this, keep your best foot forward. Like I say, logic first, emotions, put it to the back. As a man, we can't live and lead off emotion. We gotta live off of logic, what makes sense. Regardless of how you feel about it, deal with the facts of things and how things are, and not about how they should be or the way, what I mean, that we might like them to be, and provide solutions versus just, going on and on with the nonsense. And I'm gonna close out on that. And shout out to everybody, like I said once again in the chat on the panel. Get them subscribes up. Make sure y'all hit the like button, drop some comments. Check me out, Eye the Beholder Shopify, Eye the Beholder Instagram. We got the website coming up. I got a collaboration coming with Solo Una out of LA. Some big shit coming on in the future. So check me out, John. Here.
Peace out, John. Nice to meet you, bro.
For sure, bro. Peace out. Hey, tap in with me later, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, yeah,
All right, I'm gonna drop you down, bro.
One more
I fuck with John, man.
Everybody on here, send. I don't know if y'all gonna put it in the chat, but put y'all IGs if y'all on IG, because I'll be on there heavy. Drop y'all IGs. I'll follow y'all and you know what I mean, show support.
Yeah, you be on there too heavy, John. That's what I was just about to say. Like, I fuck with John. He real talented, you know what I mean? But I swear to God, my nigga, man, if I gotta go across another fucking post with you in the booth with your shirt off, my nigga, you know what I'm saying?
That was one studio. Hold on, bro. That was one studio session, man. That's what you talking about when I was out there in Atlanta, man.
Yeah. I just gotta get on. I gotta get on my niggas, man, when they be on their hype. I know what it is, though. You feel me? But I just, I gotta talk my shit too. You know what I'm saying? But you very talented, bro, and I appreciate the shit I be seeing on your stories, my nigga. Keep doing.
I'm not gonna lie, John. When I saw you, bro, I thought you were Josh Norman, the football player.
Man, who the fuck is that?
It's an NFL player. He's a corner. He's a cornerback, but he's the NFL player. I thought I was talking to a celebrity right now.
Okay. For sure.
Look at Mr. Glucose. What you gotta say? Mr. Glucose ready. He wanna say something.
Thank you for
we appreciate you, John. We appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Peace out, John.
And actually, you know what, is getting late, bro. So we can really start start wrapping it up, bro. So we gonna go around this thing, and it looked like Mr. Glucose is already queued up and ready to go, bro. And definitely drop y'all IGs in the back chat. We gonna follow y'all and support, but only follow. Only follow if you know that you're gonna be engaging, you know what I mean? Liking, sharing, hitting each other up, because we gotta support each other. We gotta support other men, you know what I mean? Like when we have these men that are helping to empower other men and preaching, positive and productive masculinity. Those are the voices that we need to elevate. You know what I mean? So, Mr. Glucose, it looks like, bro, it's getting very late here. You know what I mean? And this is just only gonna be one installment. We gonna do this again, and hopefully all of y'all fellas come back. You know what I mean?
Off
So, Mr.
top, man.
Glucose, go ahead and rock out with everything that you heard tonight. Anything that you could bestow to us pertaining to manning up, what it means, how we can recreate the term so that it can mean something more positive and motivational for us all. Go ahead, Mr. Glucose, rock out.
All right. When you hear the term man up, like guys, like when you hear that, don't let that get the best of it, because whatever women say when they tell you man up, don't pay that no mind, because you got, at the end of the day, women say anything. No, this is not saying to hate women or bash them or anything, but at the end of the day, though, with guys, this is how it was back then. Guys just used to sit down all the time and talk about things, philosophy, discuss opinions without, even if it's an argument, but at the end of the day, we hash it out. That's the whole reason of being a man. You know what I mean? You could talk shit out. Logic. What I don't know, you don't know. I learn from you, you learn from me. This is what guys do. So this is why society nowadays is trying to shame guys not to think outside of the box. This is why the army didn't want women, because they wanted just guys. Because again, guys, we're natural simps. When we see women in certain spaces, they lose focus of being a real man, of manning up, right? So when push comes to shove, when it's war, when it's just men, we get shit done. But when you have women and men who's in the army, we get the distraction. We can't unlock our full potential. So at the end of the day, regardless if you're getting bullied, if you're getting people laughing at you, if people making fun of you as a guy, and if you see other guy who's not getting his shit together, you don't have to be in the army or in a work environment like that to tell the next guy, yo, you sounding like a bitch right now. So with all due respect, you gotta man up, right? Because I've been where you've been before, going through hard times when I was soft like you, and no, I'm man the hell up now. And I'm telling you, you need to man up, because guys, we gotta help each other. The women, they got their sister code, so you gotta always remember that. We need to uphold the man code. If we see next guy is slacking, we gotta tell him like, hey, you gotta get your shit together. When you look in the sky, when you see birds flying, they fly in like a triangle form. When the one is in the front who's tired, what they do? They send the next one in the second level, then the third level, then who's the tiredest, they send them in the back, and they keep going. So this is what men we gotta do. Uphold being a man. So when somebody say you're weak, don't even pay that no man, because to people, everybody see weak in their own form. Even if you're working hard, doing 70 hours a week, somebody could still see you standing or pumping gas at a random store like, yo, you weak ass dude. And they don't even have a job. So manning up, I see that as a term of endearment. And you live by that and spread that with other men. Because as men, we gotta help each other. Even though if it come off like, if a guy is telling you certain thing and it comes off disrespectful, at the end of the day, just ignore it. Just swallow your tongue, because guys, if they want to fight, you could duke it out. See who's the bigger man. Again, you know? So, manning up, yeah, man, we gotta man up.
Thank you for sure, Mr. Glucose, bro.
Shout out to you, bro.
Said, this is just part one of this, bro. We definitely got to revisit this, because manning up is a consistent journey, right? We don't just
Big Rig. You still there, Big Rig?
For a small period of time. It's something that we must.
Hey, Craig David in the building.
Oh man, can you feel me?
Feel me?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, look, he's looking around. He don't even know, but man, that's bro.
He probably don't know who.
He don't know. Look, he's shaking his head like
it's all good. So. It's all good.
Shout out to Mr. Glucose.
My bad, B-Eazy. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. My apologies.
Yeah, man, we trying to
Let me
wrap it
man up and do that right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Man up and shut up. You know what I mean? So, but actually, you up next, Mister Not. You know what I mean? Because we
Oh no no
going
no
around the
no. Big
thing.
Rig asked me
Nah,
to.
let Zeke and Eso hash out real quick, man, and then we're gonna let Marcus close it out. But real brief though, y'all gotta be, you know what I'm saying, real brief. Like we gotta do like a 3 minute or something. Or, I don't know if we
Man,
got a
they ain't
clock.
about to hash it out, bro. This ain't the time to hash it
Nah,
out, nigga. We
it's
ain't hashing this shit out in
one of
closing
those
remarks.
things that's
Both
like
of
one
y'all
of them,
give y'all
you
closing
know what I
remarks,
mean?
and the
It's like
next
you
time,
heard what he said when he came on. He said, you know what I'm saying, this and that. When you going man up, right? So I mean, we ain't even get what he meant by that, what he thinks of what that means. You know what I mean? So I don't even think he came up and said anything on the topic. It was all just coming up with smoke.
You heard me fucking loud and clear, nigga. You heard
What's
me
man up
loud and
meaning to you?
fucking
You
clear.
said what's man up meaning to you?
You heard what the fuck I said to you, nigga.
yeah. So look, it looks like they got a difference of opinion, and that's cool. So
Real smooth politician right there.
You heard
Look,
what I said to you, nigga.
yeah. So look, this how we gonna do it. Eso, give your final comments. You can address everything that was said in the stream. If you want to address RaziQ personally, or you can just address the topic. This is your closing remarks uninterrupted. After that, we gonna go to RaziQ. He gonna get his closing remarks uninterrupted, and then we going to Mr. Not So. So Eso, go ahead and rock out, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that. So yeah, if you hear like one of them, anybody say, hey, man up, you know what I'm saying? That's one of them things you really don't want to hear. You want to make sure you seeming like you on your square, even if you feeling like some type of way. Even, you know what I'm saying, like they say, if you get knocked down, get right back up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what men do. And you can't let anybody tell you how to feel about you, or else you're not really even going to be you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to brief, you know what I'm saying? Constructive criticism is just that. I mean, somebody come up with smoke and they got all these ad hominems and they want to call you names and they want to use, you know what I'm saying, the N-word derogatorily towards you. You got to understand who you talking to. You got to understand who you talking with. You know what I'm saying? Like the level of intelligence is lower than yours. You know what I'm saying? You're on a different plane. You're on a different playing field. So somebody telling you, man up, tell them to boss up. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that.
Okay, was that everything you had, Eso? I just want you to get everything out.
That was hey.
Yeah, you was a fucking
hey,
clown ass nigga, bro. You a
Okay,
fucking clown. I promise you. I promise
right.
you, pussy.
Zeke,
you a
Zeke, it's
clown
on you, my
fuck
nigga.
nigga.
Zeke, give your closing remarks.
Man, I ain't got shit to say,
Address
man.
whatever you
I ain't
gotta
got
say.
shit to say, bro. I done already said it. You know? I'm talking about, nigga. You know what I mean? You get up here with your little Obama speech, nigga. Nobody give a fuck about that shit you talking about, nigga. You know what I mean? You talking about a boss up, nigga. Learn to motherfucking stop talking about women. You know what I'm saying? About why women ain't doing this and why I can't, why they can't just accept me for who I am. Shut your fat ass the fuck up, nigga. Yeah. Lose some fucking weight. Get some money up, nigga. Get on your fucking job. Period. Yeah. Ain't no fucking ad hominems to that. Cause everything I say online, nigga, I say to your motherfucking face. Straight up. If you don't believe that, nigga, you better ask a fuck around. The same way I talk online is the same way I talk in life.
I believe that.
Yeah, you better. You fucking better, nigga. Yeah. Ain't no bitch over here. Yeah. Better motherfucking wrap your little fucking tampon ass up. I'm telling you. Put them shits on the top shelf, bro. Yeah. Effing with me. But yeah, you know what I mean? Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Easy and my nigga. Rad Chop, you already know what the fuck it is, man. Marcus.
Yes, sir. Man? Yes, sir.
You already know, man. Y'all niggas already know how you know what I'm saying, I'm coming, bro. I bring the same I bring the same pain, yo. Every time you know something we talk, y'all niggas know I don't front. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna just say this real quick, man. Bullying is necessary. It's very necessary. It's very necessary. You know what I mean? Some of you niggas need
Hold
to
on,
be
Zeke.
fucking
I need you to expound on that. Why
Man,
exactly is
you
it
know what I'm
necessary?
saying? You done opened up a door, brother.
Hey, look, man, you already know, bro. Like, I'm down for this in the conversation. I mean, I'll go ahead, you know what I'm saying, and add on to it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, that's what I'm saying. We trying to get you to drop some gems, man. We trying to end it on a positive note, and this the closing remarks.
Yes,
So,
sir.
could you let the people know why bullying is so necessary, and how
Bull-
has bullying affected you in a positive way?
Bullying is necessary, bro, because there are no trophies for participating. Just because you participate in life doesn't, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean anything. So what, you have a job? Congratulations. So what, you have a car? Who gives a fuck? So what, you know what I mean? You get up at 5 o'clock in the, so fucking what? Who gives a fuck, nigga? You know what I'm saying? You know, and truth be told, you know what I'm saying, bullying is what brings out the best in most men, bro. And you know what I'm saying? It educates and show you a level of pain and from an adventure standpoint of knowing that life is not easy, bro. And for none of us, there is a barrier to entry to everything. You know what I'm saying? If you want something, nigga, you gotta go fucking get it. Don't nobody owe you a motherfucking thing. None of us. You either earn it or you don't. And if you don't earn it, sit your bitch ass on the motherfucking bleachers and cry about it. Cry about it to your fucking mom. She wanna hear that shit. She gonna wanna go say, yeah, baby, come here, let me console you. It's gonna be alright. Yeah, but what your daddy is gonna fucking tell you. Nigga, shut the fuck up. You probably gonna punch you in the chest, push you away, like, nigga, I don't wanna hear that shit. You niggas need to be bullied, man. Half of you niggas ain't never been fucking bullied. You know what I'm saying? Like, even me, like elementary school, middle school, bullied. You know what I'm saying? Picked on, had to fight. That's why I learned to fight. Became damn good at it. You know? Just saying, man. You know what I mean? That shit builds character. You know what I'm saying? And it does. You know what I mean? Like, you niggas need to fucking wake up, man. You really do, man. You know what I'm saying? All of this, this cornball shit ain't gonna work, bro. It's time to fucking separate the weak from the strong. You know what I mean? And that's why I come in, you know what I'm saying, Eso particularly so hard. Not that I hate you, but of the way that you talk. You talk soft. You talk defeated. You talk weak. Your mindset is weak. That's why I'm particularly hard on you every time. And we've been on panels with, you know what I'm saying, Brittany B, Anton Gang. And I done said the same thing to you. You know, in a different way, but the same shit. Same shit, bro.
Yeah, but you
You know
never
what I mean?
voiced anything of a constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
There
always
is no
been
such
this,
thing as constructive criticism,
there
nigga.
is
No, there isn't. That's a fallacy, nigga. Let me
there
tell you
is.
something. Let me tell you 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 something. Check this out. If you was a fat boy, and you know, and I ain't, we all know, but it is what it is. If you was a fat boy and a lazy, you know what I'm saying, or your nigga, right? It's not going to help you, but like, hey, Esso, I think it would be constructive for you to, you know what I'm saying, start working out. Nigga, we don't respond like that. Men respond harshly. So if I tell you, fat ass, yo, you need to get the fuck off the couch, nigga, put the Jolly Ranchers and the goddamn pound cake down, nigga. That's what the fuck you need to do. Or if you was broke and you ain't have no fucking job, or you won't trying to be ambitious in life, nigga, you need somebody to kick your ass, to kick you in the ass and wake you the fuck up. Straight up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, nigga. You go and God forbid you never get locked up. But just using this as a point. If you ever get locked up, bro, with that mindset, you will be eaten alive. Hey, Rad Chop, am I lying? Yeah.
He's not lying, bro.
No, that's a fact.
All right,
Come
so
on, bro.
Hold on, because
With what mindset?
You speaking on a lot, right?
Your mindset, nigga.
And so
You don't even know my mindset.
Nigga, I know what the fuck that comes out of your mouth. That is your mindset. You know what I'm saying? The eyes and the fucking ears
I can't
and the
say
mouth, bro.
I can't say that's bruh's mindset, but from the examples of that mindset that you gave, RaziQ, yes, that would be an issue. But
yeah, you agree
I
with the
can't put that.
examples. You just don't agree that that's Esso's mindset. So
No,
he can't
I can't put
clearly.
that on Eso because I don't
He
know.
can't clearly say. But RaziQ seems to have had prior dealings with Eso on different panels and shit like that.
Right.
As
So
have I. As have I.
okay. So it looks like they
Oh
had a history.
shit.
So let me get Mr. Not So in there just to, you know what I mean, because it looked like Zeke and Eso both said most of their piece. Mr. Not So, go ahead and rock out, because we trying to have these closing remarks, but you know it's still getting spicy. But I love it, man. I love y'all brothers, bro. Especially RaziQ, man. That's my dog, man. This nigga, he always, you feel me? He keep the same energy, you feel me? So he don't really bother me, you know what I mean? Like whatever energy he comes with, I meet it, and you feel me? That's the bro.
Hey,
So
easy, man. You know you my nigga, man. I love you, bro. You know
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying. I
You
love
already
Zeke,
know,
bro. That's
bro.
why I was like, I've already this same shit, bro. Me and Zeke had our little contentious moments like 2 or 3 times, but it's always love.
It's called testosterone and pushback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't really trip off of it, and I didn't see him coming maliciously. You feel me? If I come at him a certain way, he responds a certain way. He comes at me a certain way, I respond. But like that's my brother, bro. Like when I have brothers and family, bro, we're not always just hugging each other. And like Zeke said, it's not always kumbaya with my brothers. I love them every day. But I wrestle with my brothers, throw on gloves with my brothers, so that's just how it is. But Mr. Not So, let's have some very constructive commentary. What you got for us? Because this has been a eventful night. I think it's been fruitful as well. So these are the closing remarks. Go ahead and speak on anything pertaining to masculinity, manhood, manning up, you know what I mean, and tie it into what you've observed tonight in the discussions.
Yeah, I've observed a lot of straight bruteness, but no, I mean I'm not even gonna try to joke around. No, no, I appreciate y'all letting me up on the panel. B-Eazy, Big Rig, Mr. Glucose, Eso, RaziQ, John, anybody else that came up, M3 and Mr. Best QB. I think Queen was here for a little bit, but she thinks she did. Look, just like I started earlier when you asked me the first question, B-Eazy. Basically, I said, I do agree with RaziQ. The society has gotten softer. You do need bullying in your life to a certain degree. You do. And I will say that I did say before, though, the whole manning up thing. It's before you even say it, you just got to get to know the person a little bit first as you get comfortable. But I think certain times people say it too quickly without knowing.
Man down.
Yeah, so it's like, you come at it with respect, but you also got to understand, like, life is going to throw you so many hardballs. So if a word gets you out of your square, that's something else you got to work on. You know what I'm saying? Because if they're not paying your bills, if they're not the one that's adding more of a healthy, positive stature to your life, then who cares, right? But if it's something that you could say, you know what, maybe he was talking a little tough at me, but maybe some of what he did say would make sense, or she said made sense. But you can just try to take the good, leave the bullshit out, and filter it out, and then just be like, hey, man, you know what? Later on down the line, that thing that person told you, even though it might have got you a little tense, they said, you know what? I appreciate that you said a little kick in the ass,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I just shout out to everybody, man. Congratulations on this channel. Y'all are about to get monetized. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And much respect, and always striving, prosper. So nobody can hold you back except yourself. Nobody
Indeed.
can. I know you're gonna get tested. You're gonna have life bricks thrown at you, and it's gonna go full circle. Just man up, learn to maneuver. If you gotta ask for help, don't have your pride and your ego get in the way of you asking for help. Um, that's one of the things that they say. Pride comes before the fall. Don't let your pride get in the way of you. And much love and respect.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Salute to you,
Nacho. And
Marcus. Salute to you, bro.
Yep, salute to you.
yeah, and just to
Can
piggyback
you
off what
feel
you said,
me in?
part of manning up is knowing when to ask for help, right? You know what I mean? And help is not just, hey, I need a handout, write me a check.
It's
You
like
may
teach
need
me.
help. Yeah, you may need help where it's like, hey, you overweight, and you got like somebody like RaziQ that's in physical shape, right? You might say,
Yeah.
hey, could you help me with a particular workout or a diet plan? Or you can be prideful and not ask for help and just, maintain your
The
level of
beer belly.
obesity and mediocrity. You know what I mean? So that's part of manning up too, knowing when to actually help yourself and know when, okay, look, this is beyond my purview. I need to ask someone else. I need to outsource this type of assistance. That is a part of manning up too. You know what I mean? But it's
Hey,
not
look.
necessarily always attributed to, that.
Hey,
What you
look,
Razik,
say?
hey.
hold on. Razik,
Oh,
hold
my
on, bro.
fault.
Hold on.
My fault.
Hold on. Let me. Damn, y'all niggas brought me back. God damn it.
I
Yo,
knew you
Riggs.
was coming back.
Riggs, I
Yeah,
hate
I'm
yo
like,
Riggs.
we
I'm mad
trying
at
to
you,
shut
He
Riggs.
it
called
down,
that
man.
out. He called.
I'm mad at Riggs for that shit, man. Look, man. I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna speak to the subject, and I'm gonna speak to the shit between my brothers on here, right? Because y'all are my brothers. I'm gonna say this, right? At the end of the day, the best correction I ever received is here's the thing: stern correction is only necessary in certain elements, right? Not everything deserves a stern correction. So the best times that I learned the lesson, whether whoever it was, right? Like I said, even the women in my family was doing some scandalous stuff, man. I'm not gonna get into the history of that, but yeah, if you know me personally, you know. So with that being said, what I mean, what I've learned through life is this, right? You don't always have to sternly correct somebody. You know what I mean? You give them a clear reason of why things should be. You know what I mean? Keep Mr. Best coming back. Yai Wally. Um, but he needs to be on panels. Oh man, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. But nah, I need to support my team. That's what I need to do. I'm kinda got a little bit of free time, somewhat, but not really. Good night, Mrs. M3. But you know what I mean? So with that being said, like at the end of the day, stern correction is only necessary once a person deviates from their path. And once you're already completely told them what their path is like, what they should be doing, and how it affects them. You know what I'm saying? So, for instance, right? I have a parent, I have my mom. She'd be like, "Look, do not do this. This is why. If you do this, is the punishment that you will receive." Right? So I've already been warned. Now it's on me to now make a decision. Right? Do I continue to act in this behavior, or do I have to suffer the consequences? Right? So now I know what the punishment is. Right? So now if I step out of line, you know what I'm saying? Yo, the punishment gonna be there. There was one time, man, I was going in, and my mom's she looked at me. She said, I'm not gonna beat you, but she said, I just want you to know that what you're doing is just stupid. She said, you want to be a dummy? She said, you gonna never. She said, you ain't gonna have nothing in this world if you're a dummy. She said, you ain't gonna have no career, you ain't gonna have no woman, you ain't gonna have nothing. You're gonna be alone because you're a dummy. Don't nobody want a dummy. And I remember, and I heard that shit when I was like 7, 8 years old, and that shit still rings with me, stays with me. It don't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Her just saying that meant a lot because I was trying to be a class clown. I was trying to be like popular. I'm in the hood. I'm trying to be like the hood kids. You know what I mean? But she knew I was smarter than that. So she deviated my path to something better than that. You know what I'm saying? She pushed me in a different direction just with her word. So that's one, right? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna speak to the whole bullying thing. I think with bullying, and then I'm gonna speak to the man up thing. With bullying, I've had to do like therapy and other things to get past bullying, you know, and that shit ain't easy, man. That shit takes a lot out of you. Riggs, come back if you can. Takes a lot out of you, man. It you know, it really affected me. It caused me a lot of trauma, and it really made me an animal in a lot of ways. Where I'm just being an animal in all types of things. I'm drinking. I'm doing all types of shit. You know what I mean? And we men, we know what the other types of shit is, man. Like I ain't got to really get into too deep of the situation, but y'all know what it is. You know what I mean? I'm out here just wilding, and for me not to be that, and me to stay on my square, I had to really seek help. That was hard because I'm like, nah, man. As long as I'm working and I'm paying my bills and I got my education, I'm good. But it was like, nah, it's deeper than that. You know what I mean? I had to learn that as a man. I had to learn that how to effectively communicate, how to treat my trauma, how to deal with certain shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think bullying is a good thing at all. Like I said, I think positive reinforcement is good, and I think stern correction at times is definitely good. But yeah, I never think anybody should be bullied at all, man. That shit was very traumatic for me, and I hated that shit. You know what I'm saying? So to this day, I still hate that shit. But yeah, and it makes a kid insecure, which is never a good thing, and it draws a lot of negative shit out of that kid. So I would say that. Lastly, I would say this about the man up thing. The highest deletion rate is among men, right? We know that. So I think that with men, you know, we gotta have masculinity, right? Cool, let's be masculine. I have no problems with that. I support masculinity in all positive forms, but also there's negative masculinity too. So when we have that negative masculinity, we start to delve into things that are going to be detrimental, even though it may be celebrated amongst other men, it may be detrimental to what we're doing or who we are. Maybe detrimental to a lot of shit that we're trying to achieve. To be honest with you, but I had to learn that for myself too, how to have good masculinity and how to turn off the negative masculinity, even the shit that I felt was cool. I'm like, man, that shit cool, man. I like doing this shit, but it's like, nah, that shit is toxic, man. You don't see how that shit affecting everything else around you. How that shit is taken away from your resources, from your money, from your career, from who you are. Taking time and energy, ain't it? I mean, I had to really see that shit. I had to really focus on that. Neo has an album. I forgot the name of this shit, but it's an album that talks about like what men got to go through when they famous. I forget the fucking name of the album. Give me y'all when I find it. I'll send that to y'all or whatever. And I just say this too, man. Like everything's subjective, right? So I don't really live by the notion of real niggas do real things. I live by the notion of real people do real things. Because everything's subjective. Now I done and B-Eazy, I'm gonna get on some Bay Area shit. I'm gonna get on some New York shit too. You're gonna like some of the shit I'll go with you on. So I done been in Brownsville, Brooklyn. For those who know where that is, y'all know. If you don't, do your research. There's plenty of documentaries on Brownsville, Brooklyn.
Yeah, shout out, man.
You will easily find out what Brownsville, Brooklyn is. If you think it's sweet, fuck with it if you want to. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I used to live in Canarsie. Shout out.
So you already know, bro. Shout out to the L train and the 3, right?
Yeah.
Those who know. Ain't no cakewalks on that bitch, right? So shout out to you, Mr. Close. You already know. So Brownsville, Brooklyn ain't no fucking joke, man. All right, so and it's still documentaries about how infamous that shit still is to this day. I mean, so I grew up there, but I also lived in fucking Oakland Hills. I mean, B-Eazy know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I've also gone to fucking JJ Fish, Namio International. B-Eazy know what that is too. You know what that is, B-Eazy. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I've also gone, worked in Walnut Creek. You know what I mean? So, like, like life is about your experiences and your perspective. You know what I'm saying? So that's what life is about. Everything else is bullshit. You know what I mean? And unless you have gone to different places, been in different spaces, you kind of realize that, man, the world is a big motherfucking place. You know what I'm saying? And perspectives are going to be very, very wide and ranging. I mean, that's just life. Now, I'm gonna speak to this whole issue with my brothers with RaziQ and Eso. This ain't really my beef, man. I ain't really got no dog in this. I respect both of y'all. I got love for both of y'all. But I think you're both right and wrong in this shit. Like, Eso, I don't really know you personally, bro. You know what I mean? But I do know, because I'm very, 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 very cognizant, and I watch everything on YouTube. Little by little, I do. you do troll sometime, bro. And sometimes when you troll, sometimes it's a little off the rail, bro. You know what I mean? I will say that. You know what I mean? So, but I do see when you speak profoundly that you really say some real shit. And another reason I respect you too is because you're Aries. That's a whole other situation. Shout out to the Aries game. But I respect you, bro. I think you got a lot of shit that you can give and you a lot of shit that you can say, bro, that really, brings a lot to it. But I think when you get on that other side of shit, man, it could sometimes rub people the wrong way. I'm not saying whether RaziQ took the shit personal, but I can understand maybe why he may feel a certain way about some of the things you do and say on here. RaziQ, bro, I feel you a lot, man, because you remind me a lot of like my cousins, my uncle, and my dad, man, like for real. Like y'all just some stone cold motherfuckers, man. Like seriously. And y'all been in the system, so y'all got a certain way of thinking. And I
Hey,
feel
yo,
it.
shout out to Crown Heights and Crow Hill. You already know.
You already know. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like you got a certain perspective, and I feel it. But you gotta understand, you've seen one of the darkest forms of life here in America, right? You was in the system. That shit ain't no fucking joke, man. You know what I mean? Like you seen some shit that most of us ain't gonna never see, right? So that's gonna shape your perspective.
I
It's gonna
hope
make you
I
feel
hope y'all
And you were
don't.
there, and you were there for years, bro.
yeah. So it's gonna make you feel a certain
Bro,
way,
like
bro. About
I
certain.
did like the majority of my 20s locked up.
I feel
You
you.
know what I'm saying? So
But you
yeah.
gonna see shit a certain way, just like my dad gonna see a certain way. He lived the last end of his 20s, his 30s, his 40s, and his 50s in there. So he did 3 decades, or 2 decades and a half. So just imagine how he moved. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you, bro. I feel you. But just like him, I'm gonna tell you what I told him. It's a new day. Like it's a new motherfucking day, man. You know what I mean? Shit is different. You know what I mean? You could order food, groceries, rides, hoes, all types of shit from your motherfucking phone and not even move. You know what I'm saying? Like you could order a phone from your phone and not even move. Shit is
But
different now, man.
but bro, the
I
one
mean,
thing is, as much things do change, a
yeah,
lot of things remain the same.
that's a fact,
So
bro. That's a
you know what I
fact.
mean?
That's a fact. Yes, certain things you can't change. The lion gonna be a lion at the end of the day. But shit, the way they doing the DNA shit, you could have a lion mixed with a tiger now. Shit is different, bro. You know what I mean? Chicken ain't. You go to KFC, the chicken ain't the same chicken that you had about 10, 15, 20 years ago. It shit a little bit different, right? You
Yeah, but we ain't talking
know what I'm
about
saying?
the food. This is talking
No, but
about
you no, no, but
humans.
I'm giving you a round perspective. I'm hitting all avenues, bro. Hitting all avenues. You know how I talk. But at the end of the day, this shit different, bro. So and the differences that people have and the way that they operate, bro, you gotta learn how to see that, work through it, maneuver it. You may not like certain shit, and certain shit may be whack to you. You may think certain shit is soft, but understand it's the time and day that we live in, man. It is different. It is different. You know what I mean? People want to be a certain way, and people want things a certain way to do things, and a lot of times, most of these people they work hard enough to earn that motherfucking right. I mean, especially if they live in a major city, like they definitely earn the right, and whether they do or don't, at the end of the day, we still gotta let them rock because they are doing shit the way they want to do it, and however they handling something because they still functioning on this motherfucker. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, bro, just see perspective at perspective, man. Don't take this shit personal. I know sometimes people do shit that's distasteful on this shit, and you may not like certain shit. That's all I gotta say, man. Anybody can rock. You know what I mean? I'm really interested because Esso was
Yeah,
muted
I
the whole
just.
time. I want to hear what the fuck he really got to say
Oh
about
yeah,
this shit.
go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we was trying to wrap it up, but then you
Damn,
opened
my
a
bad,
can of
B-Eazy.
worms,
Oh yeah, nah.
Mr. Intellectual. But now, we can't end it on that. So what we gonna do is we gonna let Eso respond to everything that he said. We gonna let RaziQ
Nah, you
do a
good.
second closing, and then we wrapping this up.
B-Eazy, my bad.
No,
Nah,
no, you good? Yeah,
you
yeah. Don't,
yeah,
don't,
because
don't.
I
Yeah, you
honestly
don't
I
gotta say
haven't.
my bad. It's just proper etiquette. You know what I mean, and proper courtesy.
We closing out.
Yeah.
Hashtag not closing out. Hashtag closing out.
But
Oh yeah, you
Eso, so you know what I mean, and yeah, Mr. Intellectual, I mean, you came in and delivered some substantive content, so definitely don't apologize
Yeah.
for that. So
yeah.
Eso, go ahead and
Because
give a
I can't
rebuttal.
remember being on a panel with you, Mr. Intellectual, but just from hearing what you said, I respect your opinion. You know what I'm saying? I thank you for sharing that, because I do gotta remember a lot of these thoughts that I had may be nuanced, and speaking to somebody who, you know, is institutionalized. It's like, or was, you know what I'm saying? It's like a certain thought process that will always be evident in trying to, you know, say things that if it goes over somebody's head, you got to kind of bring it back down and not try and say you just ain't gonna get it, or that's just gonna be them. You know what I'm saying? And kind of get them to explain, okay, so these words, like these phrases, man up, that's some OG shit. That's OGs talking. Yo, you need to man up. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to get the OG to explain it, but he just ain't want. He was like, nah, I don't feel like talking about it. But I wanted to hear RaziQ explain it. I really did. You know what I'm saying? What do we mean you need to man up?
Well, you know what I'm saying? To answer that, you know what I'm saying? What I meant specifically was to not be a bitch, to not act like a female, to not be, you know, so deep in, even like, for example, I remember when me and you was on Anton Daniels, you know what I'm saying, panel. This is like probably about, it had to be like almost a year ago. But I remember, you know what I'm saying, distinctly, you know what I'm saying, he was talking about a topic about, he was like, you know, why do you always, and matter of fact, he might have been asking you, and I'm not even sure, but he might have been, you know, he threw out something. He was like, have you ever noticed that, you know what I'm saying, like when you talk, that you always say, I feel a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then I think you had responded with something like, and it may not have been you specifically, it may have been somebody else. So if it is, it's my fault. But, you know, he was saying to you, the fact that we shouldn't talk like that. Like I've never spoken like that ever in my life. I've never said, well, I feel like when you make me feel like this, or I, like that shit is just weird. That shit is weird. I did, like, bro, like, you know, when you ever hear people talk about like the School of Hard Knocks, that's the era I'm from. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, Mr. 84, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you damn near 40, all of you niggas had, you know what I'm saying, understood what is meant by the School of Hard Knocks.
Yes, sir.
That's the like the schooling of bullying. You know what I'm saying? Of like, you know, nigga, you might have been bullied at the bus stop, like going to school. Then, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be bullied in school, after school. You know what I'm saying? Around your, you know, neighborhood. And it's not like bully in a sense like you can't come outside, but it's just like you always hanging around a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of older heads. You know what I'm saying? They didn't tolerate, excuse me, a lot of what, you know, the younger kids at the time were up to. Like everybody who I came up under when I was in high school, nigga, all them niggas was like 30 and 40 years plus, like almost pushing like 50. So even when I was 16, I was hanging around like older men, you know what I'm saying, who showed me a different way of doing things, how you talk, even like the way you talk, you know what I'm saying, to maintain the bass of your voice. When you look at a man, you look him in his eyes. When you shake a man's hand, you give him a firm handshake. When you walk, you stand tall, you know what I'm saying, back straight, chest out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the school I was raised up under.
Respect, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In all forms. In all forms. And let me also reiterate, bro, I don't hate you. I just hate the way that you talk. Or let me be clear. The things that you articulate out of your mouth. And the reason why I say that is because out of the thoughts, you know what I'm saying, from your mindset comes the vocalization of your thoughts out of your mouth. It's the main reason why you got two ears and one mouth. You don't got two mouths, you got two ears. So I listen a lot more than what most people think. You know what I'm saying? You know, now and again, my fault for not being, you know, better elegant in articulating what I'm saying, because I'm just a colorful language motherfucking user. I love it. I can't help it. Well, I ain't gonna say I can't help it, but I choose not to. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
but ain't no it's all respect. That's what I'm saying. As far as for how I talk, I understand. Like it rubs people the wrong way a lot of times. Like
nah, it don't, but it don't though, bro. It's what you say. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody telling you to shut up. You know what I'm saying? But you need to be aware or have a more keenness and awareness, you know what I'm saying, pertaining to the topic. Because a lot of times, and you didn't even hear other people up here saying, yeah, I've seen you, you know what I'm saying, demonstrate, you know what I'm saying, what I was trying to, you know what I'm saying,
And
to
Eso,
talk
you remember
about.
the nickname I gave you, bro, on other panels that other guys have given you.
Nah, I
So,
don't.
I mean, hey, look,
Refresh,
hey,
refresh
Mark,
his memory.
hey, look, all of this is documented. Like people be forgetting, bro. YouTube is
Hold
forever.
on. I want to know his name. What was the nickname?
So the nickname that I've seen, and I've been on plenty of other panels where East either has been on, hasn't been on with me, been on mutually at the same time or at different times. They call you Eso Simpin, and I was one of the ones that coined that nickname for you.
Interesting. Okay, see, okay,
And
now
remember, because Eso
the plot
Simpin was
is
come from
thickening.
pandering.
See? We definitely
Yeah.
got to
So
do another installment of this, but
Nah,
we definitely
definitely.
made some progress, you know what I mean? Because
Are you black man? I filter. But see, that's the thing. A lot of times, what they'll say is simping. You know what I'm saying? They can't
or
articulate what that is.
pandering.
That's what I'm saying. They'll say it's pandering, but it's just how I actually think about it. If you think of, say, for instance, if a guy who wants to get married, right, and you like, man, you pulling chairs out for you simping. You know what I'm saying? They'll throw that word around arbitrarily. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Nah, but that's not you what they mean by that. That's
it's
not you what they
That's
mean by
not what
that.
they mean, bro.
And to be more specific, they're saying like when you hear people say pandering, they're meaning like saying that when you know that a chick is in the wrong, you'll come behind the man to undermine the correction that he's trying to institute to the female, and you'll say something like, "Yo, why you being that hard on her?" Or "It's her world and she can do whatever." That's called pandering and
You want to
simping.
know like the real form
like
of
Captain Saber,
uh,
all type of
I,
stuff.
no,
I
you
I just
think
I just want to make sure I get this explanation
what was
perfectly
that I
out.
did? You
Hold
said
on,
that
Eso. Hold on, Eso.
if
I
you
want to give
remember,
I want to perfectly clear out the actual true definition of when it comes to actual true simp in this modern day and age. It's what you go against your own balls, your own morals, your own values, your own limitations and boundaries, and you let a chick walk over you, or just because you see a pretty chick, pretty pee, pretty booty, pretty titties, you
Yo,
see that
whose
shit come in the
noise is
door.
that, yo?
My bad. But it's when you see that stuff, and then all of a sudden, as you as a man, you go on your own principles, go against your own limitations and boundaries, you go against your own morals and values, and all that tough talk you're talking. And once a pretty chick comes in, and then the dude just changes his stance, and just because it's like she ain't gonna do no wrong, she's right. The woman is God, bullshit like that. The whole feminist stuff ideology.
I,
That's what I think a true simp is.
I actually am a feminist, bro. I don't understand what's the problem with that. Like,
Well, there's a difference between the
what's wrong with
extreme
women having
toxic
sex, right?
femininity, feminist. There's a difference between that and the actual true definition of being
I'll
a feminist.
I'll add on to it.
Don't
Is
sound you gotta.
I I'll add on to it. The problem with being a feminist as a man is because feminist just literally means pro-choice. You know what I'm saying? Which is allowing women to have the rightful decision to make their own choice. And the reason why it's not good is because over the last 20, 30, 40 years, we've seen the detriment that comes to women having their own choice because they don't make the best decisions in their own interest, i.e., pertaining to marriage, children, dating, selective on who they pick for long term. That's why I'm saying the term feminine, becoming a feminist or a active of one is not lucrative in the best interest for the women. That's why.
Yeah, facts.
Okay, that is a great stopping point, man. I gotta have all of y'all brothers back. I dropped my IG in the private chat. If y'all could just follow me or drop an email, because I would love to have all of y'all brothers back. And this was dope too. You feel me? Because Zeke came up here. He expressed his piece. Eso gave a rebuttal, and then it seems like they still disagree, but it was done tastefully and respectfully. So salute to y'all brothers. That was emblematic of manning up. You know what I mean? And Zeke came in hot, and then he said, "Look, I apologize. for this.
Nah, I ain't say that easy. Don't do that. Nah, I'm just playing.
I'm talking about towards me. You know what I mean? I was talking about
Oh yeah,
because it
yeah,
was a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
misinterpretation.
I
Not
My
appreciate
saying he
fault.
apologized. Hold on, let me make y'all this clear. This nigga Zeke stands 10 toes down on what he said. So, but the apology wasn't necessarily an apology. It was just a misunderstanding. You know what I mean? I said something to him. He was talking to Eso. I was talking to him. We was kind of talking past each other. You know what I mean? So that's what he apologized for. He didn't apologize for anything he said towards Eso or any of his beliefs, nor did he need to, because they just disagree. But this is what manning up is. We can be able to talk to each other, disagree respectfully, and then, you know what I mean, still come together to empower each other. So salute to y'all. I definitely respect y'all. This is a great conversation. And Zeke, you gotta be back for the next installment, bro.
And
'Cause
I'll
you know what
be
I mean?
early, B-Eazy, I promise.
I'll be here. You know what I'm saying, next time. Hey, look, and
Yeah,
before I go,
yeah,
I'm gonna just say this. Hey, look, I don't, hey, bro, look, let me tell everybody something. I actually do care, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know I come across harsh, but I actually do care.
It's
You
called
know what
tough
I'm saying?
love.
So, you know what I mean? So, I know I come in here with the motherfuckers and the bitch asses and the pussies and, you know what I'm saying, et ceteras, et cetera, et ceteras. But I actually do care, bro. Because if I didn't, then I wouldn't even trying to jump up here trying to, you know what I'm saying, share, you know what I'm saying, a point of view and trying to substantiate my point. So, that's all. But, yeah, hey, appreciate that, everybody, man. I'm getting all you ready to hop in the store, man.
for sure.
All right,
And
RaziQ.
Zeke
Don't
is
bully
like,
nobody. All right, RaziQ. Don't bully nobody in that store.
nah, this nigga Zeke is a cyber
Yeah, man,
bully.
I'm good, man.
Because I'm a bully too, you feel me? So that's why I don't be worried about Zeke bullying, because I'm a bully too, and I fuck with Zeke, bro. You know what I mean? So that's why his bullying don't bother me. You know what I mean? He makes me become a bigger and better bully. So shout out for Zeke for keeping us accountable. You know, Zeke is keeping us accountable on our bully stuff. We got Mr. Glucose keeping us accountable, you know, for us maintaining our temperament and intellectual maturity. And we got Mr. Not So coming in with the jokes and, you know, making sure things stay even kill so don't go too much off the rails. That's the epitome of manning up. You know what I mean? When you got a group of gladiators and warriors, not all of them have the same temperament, the same skills, the same acumen, but essentially all of them are just one finger and they come together as a fist to deliver the fatal blow. You know what I mean? So all we doing is coming together, you know what I mean, shooting the shit, running through ideas, and basically producing a better version of masculinity for the society. And I really do appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? I wasn't offended by nothing that was said tonight. Like the little contentious back and forths, that shit don't bother me, bro. I grew up dealing with this type of shit, bro. Like I'm really, really, really from the mud, bro. I'm really like that, bro. So actually this shit actually excites me and intrigues me, bro. So thank you for coming up, all of y'all, bro. Especially you, Zeke. You feel me? Because I fuck with you, bro. You my fam, bro. So we gonna go ahead and close this stream out.
Hey man, call me, man. Stop acting weird, my nigga. You need to call me, man. This stuff crazy.
Pause.
Yeah. But yeah, but no, I'm definitely gonna tap in with y'all. I'm gonna tap in with you, Zeke. I'm gonna go ahead and drop y'all down. And we are about to close it out. knowledge and relationships.